seconds as this game, set, match, the shot, the denial, it goes all the way get overtime.
Yeah, you played Baltimore, so Hunter went out.
Oh, well, yeah, I had to.
Look at Socket, laying in the middle,
Socket?
laying in the damage, going in revenge for their honey.
No way!
They call him Socket Wappy!
We do love all the players, even the ones we shit talk. We love you all. We love you all.
Inside the fight, right in there, in deep. Rain Boss has arrived to taking up all the damage. You can flew your.
We're winning the whole thing this year. Mark my words. EVU, Ohio, Northern Northwest, hey, every single one of you, get ready. Get locked in.
Why? Those don't go in.
It goes off the sidebar.
So tiring and stressful, but no, I had so much fun. We met a lot of really great teams. And then bond as a team together.
Unified welcomes you to the following presentation of the Midwest Esports Conference. Here at the MEC, we partner with schools all over the Midwest to create premier gaming experiences. Welcome to the MEC. Enjoy the show.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Midwest Esports Conference, and it's Matt and MEC for some more CLOL action. I can't believe it, but it's week 7 already. The end of the regular season is upon us. It feels like it literally just started just yesterday, but here we are wrapping things up with Grandview University taking on Briarcliff.
Before we get into this, I would like to note, it did take me a week and a half, but I did finally put green on. It's a week and a half past St. Patrick's Day, but I finally did. I know on camera it looks a little washed. It's a pea green colored shirt. I've finally gotten around to wearing green. Tonight, exciting match. Grandview University, who have had this little resurgence in the second half. Not that they were ever bad in the first half, but
Yeah.
the second half they've gotten some wins on teams that I may think they maybe would have not thought they could have, like Purdue Northwest. They've also lost to some teams that they won against the first set. Ottawa Braves, as we created our MEC triangle on Monday. But it's an exciting match nonetheless. Briarcliff have not had the best second half. Grandview, they've had great highs, some lower bits. Briarcliff haven't taken a map off anyone so far, except for the University of Kansas and Drury. And if you haven't been keeping up, Drury unfortunately is out, and they have been forfeiting their matches. So they've only taken games off the University of Kansas right now. They want to see if they can make something happen in the last day of the regular season for them.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like for Briarcliff, we saw them have like a really good series against Purdue Northwest early on. And I'll be honest, Mac, it got my hopes up. I was like, oh snap, are things going to kind of come together? Briarcliff did add a new coach, and the roster was looking solid, but you know, classes happen. Overall, I feel like the semester has been a little bit of a struggle. I'm curious if they'll be able to put together a decent showing here to pick up some momentum heading into playoffs. Look, it's the end of the regular season. It is what it is. Overall, playoffs is the time where you kind of got to lock in and get ready to go. The top teams are feeling good. They're thinking about top 32. There's a few rosters, I think, in the MEC that overall, I think could maybe potentially give kind of the top teams a run for their money. I think one of the cool things about our season structure, MEC, and the round robin is that the lower teams do kind of get a sense of how the higher ranked teams play, get a feel for them, get that experience, and then once playoffs come around, you're facing these teams again for the third or fourth time at this point. So hopefully that experience, kind of leads to some closer matches come playoff time. And I'm hoping we get to see a full Briarcliff squad come through here. I don't think we've seen Raymond in a little while. I know like the Briarcliff squad, they've got some crazy packed semesters in terms of classes. So I'm hoping they can come through for a little bit here as the regular season comes to an end.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We've said it since day one of the season. I know it has not been the greatest season for Briarcliff, especially by their metrics. Like we saw last season, they had an incredibly good season where they were able to take games off of top teams. They haven't had that same kind of run this year. But we said it day one of me coming on broadcast, and we're going to say it on day number last of me coming on broadcast for the regular season is Mike and Camer and Oxy. They can get stuff done, man. Like, the three of them can absolutely carry a game. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Gwen's really good in the jungle again.
Oh boy.
Gwen's really good in the jungle again, man. And Mike loves to play Gwen. He's played a ton of Olaf. I even like Nefiri is the best jungler in the game right now. And I can see in my head Mike playing Nefiri. Like
That would
it's
be
just
so fun.
like this feels like Mike meta right now in the best way possible, right? And so Mike and Cameron could take game over. We'll see if they're able to.
Well, let's hop into draft and get things rolling for game number 1 of our best of 3 series here. Grandview coming in as the heavy favorites, but one of the teams I actually like watching the most in draft is Briarcliff. Cameron in the mid lane makes things really interesting. I think that's part of why we're seeing the Lysandra band away. He's picked Xerath, the brand. He does have his preference towards mages, but he is an insane carry threat in the mid lane. That's, for me, MEC, just always so fun to watch, especially with his synergy with Mike.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different like champions that are alive in the game right now that Cameron can play. There's so many that Mike can play. There's the Nefiri gone. Someone from GVU's watching the stream. I don't know what to say.
All right, who is it?
Who's stream sniping tonight? That's a baseless accusation. I do not mean to accuse that there's any stream sniping going on.
Dreyer's probably prepped. We'll be honest. Dreyer's probably prepped.
Dreyer prepped so much that he wasn't here on Monday night to count pranks CS. Okay, that's where we're at right now. Gwen is gonna get banned as well. So these are Mike Comfort champs. I can only let me phrase it. I can only assume that the Nefiri is a Mike Comfort champ because it would track to an incredibly high degree that Mike would be a Nefiri player. Gwen being banned is probably a good shout from Briarcliff University, and that's a locked in Italy.
Why do I feel like it's going top? This feels like this,
80 tanked Italy top.
This gives Ariana. I feel like we honestly haven't seen that much of GVU this season. Notable for me, Grandview's brought in a new top laner, Ariana, who is really fun to watch. We saw the top Lee Sin come through, which was just crazy to see. Meanwhile, this feels classic Mike and Camer, Victor Viego duo comes through for BCU. But is this a little outdated, MEC? What's the vibe?
Outdated is the wrong. It feels pedestrian to me. Right, like this is something that like I'd go pick. This doesn't feel like a BCU pick.
Yeah, not very chaotic.
Be a BCU pick because we may see some. There's still shenanigans that could be afoot. Yeah. But I think your Nidalee top lane prediction is a little gone now after we see the Mbessa, especially because you don't want to play Mbessa into Victor, so it's not even like really a mid lane counter pick. Kaisa feels about right for Grandview.
Yeah, so. Mr. Matthew Castleberry going to be potentially rocking the Nidalee jungle. I feel like we've seen the evolution of him over time. jungle is maybe in one of the more interesting positions it's been in. I feel like we started the MEC way back when, and it was Udyr meta, which made
my favorite meta.
it was glorious as
I loved
an
Udyr
old
Hecker
time
meta.
as an old time Udyr main. It was a glorious time. But I feel like for the carry junglers, they may have felt a little like that meta was maybe not for them. So
They had Heckram. What could they complain about?
and so, but I feel like Matthew Castleberry, I don't know why I'm calling him his full
We're doing full
government
government tonight, man.
names. Yeah, I know. Castle, I feel like excelled on those picks, and so because of the meta, we didn't get to see a lot of his other champions, and so the next season after Udyr meta, we saw Castle's Lee Sin really pop off. Naturally, everyone in the MEC apparently has got a Lee Sin. What jungler doesn't have a Lee Sin at this point
What
in
top
time?
lane
But
doesn't have a Lee
what
Sin?
top lane can't play Lee Sin? But the Nidalee, I think especially, is kind of telling of the journey Castle has been on from where we saw him to how he's grown as a player, and bringing out Nidalee. I'm both really excited to see him play it, as well as how is it going to kind of tell us about GVU's new play style as a team, where Castle may be going for more carry junglers like this.
Okay, I'm gonna cook a little here.
Okay.
Are we sure it's not Nidalee support? Like I'm so. Are we sure?
That would be tough after my
'Cause,
after
like-
my monologue.
Oh no. Briarcliff University throwing a Draven down for Shizumoto. I'm kind of here for it. I like the vein here too. I'm liking.
We're getting toyed with, MEC, it appears.
Well, Varus is banned, Ashe is banned, MF is banned, Braum is banned, which means Ezreal's not as good. Like the bans are real good here. I like the Vayne pick. I mean, there's a lot of peel from Vayne.
Yeah, not too bad against Kai'Sa's also pretty short range outside of the Kai'Sa W potentially coming into play. For those watching in the chat, first just want to say we appreciate you guys tuning in. We're super excited for tonight's match. If you're interested in scratching the gambling itch, we have your channel points. The game prediction is live. If you win, you get more channel points, which is very exciting. So go ahead and let us know in the chat, who are you taking for game number 1 as we round out the draft. Rakan, a very solid engage tool, engage champion. Super exciting to see that come through for Grandview. They didn't have the best engage options here, and this kind of throws everything up in the wind. Is it Garen mid in the Victor? Garen?
No, please. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw Yumi hover. I needed to be.
You're getting excited
with
Mac.
fire.
You're getting excited.
That was the Yumi with fire, man. No, so I'm looking at this GVU side, and if I'm playing Mbessa here, I really don't want to play Mbessa into Victor. I think Mbessa into Victor is a really hard matchup. Not because I don't think Mbessa can kill Victor. I just think the AoE stun that Victor has, like the slow stun on his W, is insanely good into champions that want to jump on you.
Yeah,
like it's so good into, like, let's say a Yasuo, or if you can just kind of stay in the middle of it and force Yasuo to jump into you. It's so good into stuff like Mbessa, who's incredibly short ranged, but wants to dash right into you. You're going to get slowed and you're going to get stunned. I don't see Garen being any better into Victor here. I'm a little confused.
Honestly, maybe worse without the dashes. But does his W give slow resist? I don't think so. It's only damage.
No, but
resist,
he builds
right?
tenacity boots. He builds magic resist boots. So he has some tenacity, but like, it's not. I don't know. I kind of hate it. I kind of hate this.
Kai'Sa mid.
You have to have a little. But if it's Kai'Sa mid, then what? Like, the problem is if it's Kai'Sa
Nidalee
mid,
ADC.
Yeah, so it could be Nidalee ADC, and then you put it. What is it? Mbessa jungle Garen? Like,
pretty sure it's Nidalee in the jungle.
I'm pretty sure it's Nidalee in the jungle too. Like that would make sense. But
And then Gragas is super safe up top. Do you
I mean, it's a good pick.
Do you send Mbessa into him? What do you think? And rock the
it doesn't
Garen
really
mid,
matter.
maybe?
It doesn't really matter who you send into the. I think you play this not for the matchup into the Gragas. You play this for the matchup into the Victor, right? Because both these champions will be roughly the same into Gragas. Not exactly the same, but Gragas kind of neutralizes most lanes with the belly bump.
Yeah.
So he'll prevent you from doing whatever you want to do, especially Mbessa, who was gonna like dive into you.
Yeah. The great equalizer, Gragas belly.
Yeah, just your has. That's equalizer's a rumble thing, different thing. I'm actually super interested in the spot lane. Kaisa Rakan is definitely one of the lanes. It's not like a bad lane or anything. It's just it's a little bit of a mismatch in my head. Like if you're gonna play Kaisa, Leona's up. Like I feel like I would have.
Rel is there
Leona
too.
In this draft. Rel's in this draft. I know Not got banned, like so that's not there anymore, and Braum did as well. But I think there's still really good engage options before you go to Rakan on a more like tanky perspective. But I do really like the Vayne Lulu. I think that's a good buff for Vayne, and I think Vayne's got enough survivability on her own. I think right now people are building on hit Vayne. I think it switches every couple of weeks between on hit Vayne and like pure crit Vayne. We'll see.
We'll see. It'll be interesting. You could see the on hit to try to get through the bruisers of GVU who are going to have a lot of health. Silver bolts should do like a lot of work here. BCU on paper, I think have a pretty reasonable composition here. Maybe not the most hard engage. So navigating team fights and getting those started, it's going to take some pretty solid shot calling for the Chargers here to figure out, okay, is Oxy going to be able to get engages off of the Gragas ultimate? That's kind of your like best option.
Yeah, as I say, I feel like a Gragas on the flank is like the best thing you've got here in order to get into something. Obviously, you can have Viego fights and stuff like that. The team wants to skirmish a lot, and which feels weird for Vayne, because Vayne really wants to like be in team fights where she carries through. And same with Victor, but there's no like uber engage option here.
Yeah. If you're GVU, do you try to lean into the poke? Like Kaisa, like, do you have Mbessa Garen? Do you try to build Kaisa like more AP? And then just go like full Nidalee Spear, Kaisa W poke, and just because BCU doesn't have a way to engage on you, right? Like, do you just try to poke them out? Because they're also like pretty short range between Victor, Vayne, Lulu, Viego, Gragas, right? They don't have a lot of high range stuff, so I wonder if we'll see that from Grandview once the game kind of gets rolling.
I think you can, but I also think that the poke is not as certain on the Grandview side as most poke comps that we get. Think of some poke champions like Asol, like Smolder's a poke champion to some degree as well. Like they have these long range abilities that are really easy to hit. And
Nidalee Kaisa W probably the hardest.
Yeah, probably the hardest too. Now, I will note that Nidalee Q does a lot of damage if it hits.
Yeah.
But it still has to hit. And I think that there's a lot of ways for these players to dodge Nidalee. With Viego and Vayne, right, you have movement abilities. Same with Gragas. With Victor, you just have to kind of know. And who cares if Lulu gets hit with a spear?
Yeah.
But I think that your AP damage then is very conditional, is what it feels.
Yeah. So thinking about win cons a little bit, we've talked about how we think kind of the compositions are going to play out, how the champions are going to match against each other. For GVU, I feel like a lot of their win condition revolves around both kind of setting up around objectives, being able to control that. You have the Kaisa, you have the Nidalee long range, and then you have the really solid recon engage. But for BCU, I feel like a lot of the win condition actually comes from surviving that engage and turning a fight around. So
can Vayne survive?
Yeah,
That's all. That's what it is.
or Victor.
Can the Vayne or Victor? Can the Lulu make sure that they survive in the fight? Can Viego and Gragas get enough damage done early? Right. If you can get a Viego starting to reset here, you're clear in a fight. Especially, can Viego kill Mbessa and take Mbessa and turn the Mbessa around? That's a huge win for Briarcliff. Actually, if Viego could take anyone except for Nidalee, it's a huge win for Briarcliff in a team fight. Not with any issue with Nidalee, just not great in a team fight comparatively. So,
yeah, big game for Briarcliff here, heading into the playoffs, looking for some momentum. On the other side, Grandview did just drop a game against Ottawa. They may be looking out for some revenge to get their own momentum back and feeling comfortable heading into playoffs. I don't think there's much of a conversation. I think they have the 2 seed locked in, which does give them a round 1 bye. I don't think anyone's particularly close. I think it may be between them and Purdue Northwest, who might actually be kind of tied.
For the 1 or the 2?
They've both dropped a game, right? GVU lost to Ottawa.
Yes,
and PNW. No, so PNW's only dropped 1 series against GVU.
Correct, but GVU and Ohio State play tomorrow. They are both
Ohio
missing
State
1 game.
Okay.
So Ohio State has no losses right now. Grandview has 1 loss right now. One of those teams will
Ohio
have an
State's not
loss.
Undefeated. They've definitely lost to PNW and GVU.
In the first round robin, yes. The problem is there's no the ranking stuff isn't. It's all over the place.
Did PNW lose to
PNW
Ohio State this round robin?
PNW was flawless for the first set, and they are playing right now.
Okay.
That's
yes,
the other game.
That's our other game. And I was like,
when the other game? They are playing actively now.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
So
if
Ohio State has
State
no
does
losses
win,
right now, but may have 2 losses by the time tomorrow's over.
Yeah, will be interesting. Okay. Because GVU Ohio State rescheduled to tomorrow.
They're rescheduled tomorrow.
We're locked in. So
it actually says it does say they're rescheduled for 2:45 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. I do not believe that is true.
Yeah. Well, let's rock. Welcome, everyone, on to Summoner's Rift. It's Grandview University taking on the Briarcliff Chargers as we look to conclude our regular season here. I can't believe it. The 2025 CLOL Spring Split has just flown by these last few weeks, but it's been an absolute joy bringing you guys along for the ride this season. I'm super excited for playoffs next season. And MEC, I know we're kind of thinking, where's everyone going to go? It looks like Garen in the mid lane, and Proctor has generally been going up top.
Yeah, but can we talk about the rosters? Because they're wrong. Well, not wrong, but like...
Oh wow! Wait, Cameras. Oh
Cameras
yeah, you give the rundown. You give the rundown.
Okay,
this is a lot.
There's a lot going on here. Okay, so in the top lane is ShamWow, like very very story GVU top laner. Okay, he's been around for a while on the squad. Proctor is playing mid tonight. I have no clue who Haytex Chronicle is, but that is not Castle, who we assumed was the jungler today. Lelio, not Nightstar, again, expected bot laner tonight. Pluto is the expected GVU support. Over on the Briarcliff side, have you heard of players swapping where they are? Because I have. Oxy's normally the top laner, he's playing support. Camera's normally the mid laner, he's playing bot lane. Shiza's normally the bot laner, he's playing mid lane. Mike's normally the jungler, he's playing top lane. And NFG Coyote is playing jungle, who I believe is their backup jungler.
Yeah, and I think Raymond Raymond's gone, which I think has led to the swapping to be like this. It is kind of my best guess.
Oh boy. This is all over the place. And so okay, so now all the stuff we said before game, throw it all out.
Classic.
Throw it all out. In the trash bin. In the trash.
Well, let's look at the GBU jungler here. Maybe looking for a bot lane gank. Hammer is around a spear. They do sometimes connect, MEC, and some decent poke onto Coyote.
Pluto's dead here.
Oh my gosh, Pluto's gonna go down. Hammer quite low, does come through. Chronicle looking to get in on the action. A clutch barrier is gonna disrupt Oxy, and it's a double kill for the GBU bot lane. Good
Okay, so
stuff here. Yeah, man, go ahead.
This is now making sense with the Mbessa mid, by the way. Because Mbessa's a top lane champion. So Proctor knows how to play Mbessa. Not that I'm sure Proctor knows how to play many champions, but this is all making a little bit more sense to me tonight now.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. But yeah, incredibly good start, by the way, for Lelio. Yeah, over on the GBU bot lane. This Kaisa already on 2 kills. That's a huge win.
Yeah.
Camera was able to secure first blood. A huge win in its own, but like first blood doesn't mean anything anymore. Ever since Feats started, first bloods are they're scams. I don't know why the game still announces it, because it doesn't give you anything extra. So it's just a scam. And with all of that, like Vayne getting a kill is a good thing. A good back able to get that recurve bow is just kind of a win to start. And it does look like she's going this on hit build, which is Blade of the Ruined King, into stuff like Terminus, Rage Blade. I'm gonna start with the G. I couldn't remember Ginsu. Ginsu's Rage Blade. All the general on hit stuff that you see on a Varus or something like that. Probably not the Wit's End tonight, but perhaps.
Wow.
Camera's dead.
He's gonna
Not
try to
dead.
flash away. Pluto ends up going down. Well played from the BCU bot lane. Hammer and Oxy taking care of business. The new BCU duo in the bot lane making some plays happen. 2 kills over to Oxy. Can take the top lane and put him in support, but the bloodthirst is something that carries through. But overall, super well played here from BCU. They're going to even up the gold and get that feat of warfare.
That was extremely aggressive. Okay, that was very aggressive from Oxy. I was very impressed with the way he played that Lulu. Thank goodness the pause was short.
We'll just
Very
take a
impressive.
moment. Take a moment here. The classic pause lag.
Yep.
We'll
Pause
be
tech,
back
man.
to our regularly scheduled programming shortly here. But yeah, great start here for BCU. We'll be hopefully hopping right back into game shortly here. And yeah, even though the team roster is a little unexpected here, but overall, we've got the makings of a fun game of League of Legends here to end out our season here. Something I do want to point out here, in the top lane, ShamWow, over 30 CS in the green here. Backs and get a big Tiamat. Mike does get a lost chapter, which is huge. And he is pretty close in experience, but Coyote's trying to make a play happen in the bot lane. Chronicle's going to try to respond. Neither jungler has their ultimate ready to go, but it's a 3-on-3 control ward in the bush. Oxy gets ignited. The burn coming through, and Leo picks up the kill and takes down Oxy. Chronicle looking for more. The spear connected onto Camera, but you can't go underneath the turret. It just does too much damage, Mac.
It does a lot of damage early, especially when these players don't know what's going on, but the spear coming across does take Camera out. And now they're trying to dive. They're going for Coyote. Proctor in, Leo in. They're giving the kill over to Leo, and it's a clean 3-0 for Grandview University.
Proctor, the well-timed roam to make the play happen. I was looking at the junglers being level 6. They weren't there yet, but the solo lanes definitely are. A wonderful execution there of Proctor making the play happen underneath the turret, landing the ultimate, and a big swing, 2,000 gold ahead now for the Grandview Vikings.
Yep, good start ahead. ShamWow gonna try and continue to push this lead on over Mike. That lost chapter back is really big for Mike. He started on a sapphire crystal, on that mana crystal, to make sure he had a little bit extra in lane, but even kind of ran through all of that mana as it was. So he had to back, he had to get this lost chapter. He needed more mana in his pool. Surprised he's not going a tier item, and instead is going a lost chapter item. Generally, I've been seeing the Cosmic Drives ability go on Gragas first, Rod of Ages. My assumption is this is going to be a Leandry start, but maybe not. No, wait, Ludens. Leandry doesn't have Lost Chapter anymore. What am I saying?
It's crazy, the game. One patch, you know it. It changes, man.
It's illegal.
On the top side of the map, Chronicle is able to pick up the Void Grubs and secure that objective for GVU. Pluto level 4 quite down, Oxy level 6, as well as Leo's got the Kaisa ultimate plus barrier available, a lot of shielding, a lot of survivability, and so much AD damage. Caulfield's Warhammer double pickaxe for Leo, who's just going to be doing so much damage.
Double pickaxe is kind of baller, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't think there's any items that build on double pickaxe. Yeah, that's super baller, man. Up 900 gold on the old lane opponent in lane, and now we are under 10 minutes, right? So that's actually a quite big lead at this point.
Dragon is gonna get aggroed back into the pit, but the Vikings get the HP settled, and the smite comes through. And the pressure from the Vikings bot lane forces the Chargers back. And now the invade begins. Smite from Coyote, a lot of healing, but the ultimate, they've got to pick onto Shizo, who just gets bursted down in his own jungle. Mike's trying to get some CS up in the top lane here, but the disaster continues for the Chargers up in the bot lane, in the top lane as well. Proctor gets another kill here. Leo looking for an additional. The spear there finds its mark. And GVU are beginning to take over the game, 4.5 gold, as ShamWow gonna cash in on a whole bunch of turret plates.
That's so much money. It was a 1,000 gold lead in bot, and that was the only like real lead. There was a couple hundred gold in a couple different places after that point. Now it's 1,000 gold lead in mid. It's 1,000 gold lead in bot. It's a 1,500 gold lead in the jungle, and a 2,000 gold lead in the top lane. It's an incredibly large set of leads right now for Grandview University, and it's not going to get much better anytime soon.
The first item spikes are going to come through now for the Vikings on the majority of their players. Proctor's got his ready to go. Essence Reaver completed for Leo. Pluto, an awesome engage. Leo with the killer instinct able to follow up, and now Oxy underneath the turret. Chronicle looking for another spear, and with the wave shoving in, Oxy does not have anywhere to go. Red buff Nidalee gonna go to town. The shield gonna try to keep him alive with the polymorph, but that is gonna be a kill going over to the GVU jungler, who is having an awesome game on the Nidalee. 306. Awesome kill participation for him as well, only missing out on 2 kills. The next set of Void Grubs going to be spawning up here shortly on the top side.
Atex is stuck in the wrong jungle right now. Camera's in the right place at the right time. Pluto's in the right place at the right time, though. Able to jump up a camera, and now Proctor's going in on Shizumoto. Ultimate out already, but invested so much damage.
Oxy dodges the spear. Chronicle's playing with fire. A bait for Pluto draws Oxy in. Proctor's on a killing spree. Oxy does manage to get the shutdown gold. A big back surely gonna come through for Chronicle. Although 8 assists, I know he's wanting to get in on some of those gold, but there's a whole Lichbane purchased at once. That is surely gonna help out the Nidalee damage.
Yeah, the Lichbane's kind of mad. Ooh, that's a very dead Vayne. The Lichbane's really gonna help. You're able to use Spear and then auto almost instantly and just get a huge amount of damage from the Nidalee. But right now, this is so in the Grandview favor. It's an 8,000 gold lead. Sorry, 10,000 gold lead, and we are like just over 10 minutes into the game.
16 kills to 4. The Vikings, the 3-time MEC champs, going in and taking care of business here. It's going to be a big recall for ShamWow when the Garen comes through, finishes up with the Void Grubs level 11 and 2,000 gold in the bank. He's got 3,000 gold up on Mike in the top lane. A whole lot of CS, unbelievable. 135 here at the 13-minute mark. And yeah, textbook here for the GVU Vikings. They're going to rotate the bot lane to mid here, as ShamWow did manage to get an inner turret on the top side of the map.
You know, don't worry too much. Don't think too hard about it, okay? It's 13 minutes in. Just don't think too hard about it.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
This Garen's been incredible, man. He's almost doubled the CS of Mike, by the way. Right, like, he's up 60 CS right now. It's an incredibly dominant fit in the top lane. Maybe he's able to get out just by the skin of a wild growth by this Lulu. Nothing more, though.
2 items complete for Leo, 2 items for ShamWow as well. Trouble.
Did you see how much damage that was?
Yeah.
Like, just while sitting under turret. It's not even like they're like really trying to do damage. It just happens to happen.
Proctor here looking for a flank. He makes his way onto the back line, catches out Hammer. All of the shields in the world aren't going to be enough to stop the Vikings from their raid. And it looks like the members of the Chargers trying to fight back. It's a huge chaos storm for Shizomoto. Oxy trying to stay alive here, but Leo's in the backside and completes the ace for the Vikings. They take down Briar Cliff as they push in the mid lane and expand their gold lead to 12k.
Leo was just kind of stuck in between 2 towers there. He couldn't really go further in, couldn't really go further out, but was able to juggle tower aggro really, really well to make sure that he didn't die, but his damage got down. And we do see he's at 2.5 full items already. An Essence Reaver, this Static Shiv helps him with wave clear, and a needlessly large rod already purchased for this Kai'Sa. 8, 1, and 6, an absolutely massive Kai'Sa game right now.
Pluto just gonna flash in onto Cammer. Not his usual mid lane experience, but alas, gets a little far away from home. Shizo gonna try to flash away as well, getting over the wall away from ShamWow, who did not have the ultimate available. Proctor getting tossed around. 1v2 situation. Mike and Coyote working together to finish off that kill, but the mid lane is in trouble. There's a lot of Void Grubs and a lot of damage coming onto the Chargers. A stun connects and Leo, oh no, is caught out. Hammer, a huge kill for the Chargers. Shutdown's going to be coming through, some much needed gold, but look at ShamWow split pushing up in the top lane. Takes out an inhibitor turret.
Mac, the shutdown went on to Oxy.
Oh!
Oxy was the one who got that kill. It's it's so unfortunate, right? Cameron could really use that injection of gold right there. Try and get at least boots through it. Could have tried to start Ginsu's or something, but goes on to Oxy, and this may be the first time I've ever seen a support with 2 items before their AD carries got 2.
Ultimate from Proctor is going to try to slow down Mike, and yeah, it's not a very tanky Gragas, so Proctor just shreds through him with the lethality build. and Rift Herald is secured. And at this point with the game, how it's going, could it be just a Rift Herald to end the game? Mid lane inhibitor turret. It is not long for this world. I wonder how GBU is gonna kind of use their resources here.
We could see Shelly dancing at the end of the game, by the way. That is a real possibility in this game.
Chronicles combo just completely chunks out Coyote as ShamWow picks up the red buff. We see Rift Herald used in the bot lane, timing it with the turret destruction. We get a big crash into the bot lane inhibitor turret. The Vikings are going in. Mike's gonna bring him closer with the explosive cast. Shelly goes for another charge. There goes the inhibitor. Proctor's gonna go for another train ride here, crashing Shelly into the other inhibitor in the mid lane. Shelly's still alive. Do we get another charge here? The BCU squad, 1 health for Rift Herald. Does it get healed? Not in time. I don't know if that actually would have worked.
I have no clue what that mechanic is.
Leo going in, not going to get stunned up. Proctor going in on the back line. Coyote trying to get a pick, but Pluto manages to survive. Proctor getting some healing, but the Chaos Storm strikes true. ShamWow takes care of business up in the top lane. Leo going underneath the Nexus, or the Nexus turrets.
Yeah, those are Nexus turrets.
Those are Nexus turrets. It doesn't feel right. But ShamWow level 14 against Oxy. Is he going to be able to end this game? The death timers are so low. Coyote's already going to respawn here. Oh my gosh, ShamWow just does so much damage. Coyote 4 levels down.
Winions?
Hammer coming through as well. Grandview decimate the base and just, ShamWow runs for the base.
I mean, at this point, it's an open Nexus. There's nothing taken in the, well, anyway. And this was actually so close to what could have been like a perfect game, right? There's only one tower was taken. There's a bot lane, and it took a kind of a miracle for Mike to just sit there and die to Mbessa in order to actually get that tower taken. Otherwise, this could have been no dragons, no grubs, no towers, no nothing.
Proctor's gonna be just running into the base and already shoving in the waves. They've got double supers as ShamWow teleports into the bot lane to help out Proctor. BCU trying to mount a defense, but Proctor's just going in with the recomp. They've got the team fight engaged. They were looking for Leo. That's the first kill of the fight. 2 more follow. Shizzo and Hammer get killed. Let's see. The Vikings are just going to be able to walk on in here and finish off game number 1 in dominant fashion here. Before the 20-minute mark, we don't get a Shelly dance, but Grandview take care of business here. 32-11 on the scoreboard. And yeah, wow, what a game.
I feel like we said, did we see the most dominant game on Monday when we saw Purdue beat Ottawa in game number 1? And we said, oh, maybe this was the most dominant game we've ever seen. Well, that was a bald-faced lie, because that was the most dominant game we have seen so far in this season. We haven't seen a sub 20-minute game yet. That was the first sub 20-minute game we've seen.
Yeah. Wow. GVU, I mean, Leo had an awesome game. Proctor showing out in the mid lane. The Mbessa was doing work. Really good roam timings with it, right? Like the tower dives with the Mbessa were just really hard to, I think, kind of play around.
I think the Nidalee was incredibly impressive. Nidalee was everywhere all at once. Like, it was impossible to do anything when this Nidalee was just sitting right there. It was under bot tower in mid lane, and she didn't need to go top lane at all because Garen had such a massive lead into the Gragas on top lane that it didn't matter. You didn't need any external pressure help there. You just needed to allow Garen to continue to split push. And as you said, by the 14-minute mark, ShamWow had already taken the tier 2 turret in top lane.
Yeah, really good game from GVU. We'll see if the Briar Cliff Chargers are able to answer back in game number 2. It's a best of 3 series. We've got more League of Legends action coming your way during the break. If you find yourself needing some more gaming, check out our latest sponsor here for the MEC, Parallel, a really fun new trading card game. We'll drop a link in the chat. Be sure to check it out. We're really excited. I know I'm going to be looking to... It's a new sponsor, so I haven't tried out the game just yet, but I love trading card games. And so I'm really looking forward to trying this one out, and you should too. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a moment. Don't click out of that browser. We'll be back with more MEC CLOL right after the break.
Hey, my name is Ali.
Bunny Hopper.
Hello, my name is RDU.
Fino here. Thais.
Lambi series here.
Even though most people know me as a streamer, I used to be a high-level competitor in Hearthstone.
2-time Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals finalist, 1-time champion, Yu-Gi-Oh! World semi-finalist, former Hearthstone Grandmaster.
Became world champion in 2022 and also won the global team championship.
2 times the European championship.
When I found Parallel,
I
immediately fell in love with the science fiction world that they created.
The depth and the details in it really stand out to me.
It's space art, it's gorgeous. The lore, Space Wars, super interesting.
I think overall the game of Parallel is what is the strong part.
The mana system, the cards,
Deck building around the Paragon's strengths.
some things are a little bit stronger, but the strongest decks are also like very skillful.
The deck allows us to trade the assets. I can send my friends decks and cards or my viewers cosmetics.
The banking system especially as a new mechanic.
The banking system.
One of the best takes we've seen in the mana system in any card game.
It's already adapting into tournament modes.
The community is pretty awesome.
The Parallel community and team has always been so wonderful to me.
I've been a lot of fun playing Parallel. I think you can also have a lot of fun playing Parallel.
Try Parallel, guys.
I love this game.
All right. Hello, I'm Matthew Castleberry. I'm the jungler for Grandview University League of Legends team.
Awesome. Nice to meet you. First question. If you could master any skill in or out of game, what would it be?
Probably what I'm going to school for, like computer science.
Okay.
Just, like,
perfect
instantly be able to
programmer.
Get a job, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Good job security. That's a good point. Anything in particular? Like, you're the best programmer in the world. Like, what's next step? Like, what's the first thing that you're working on?
Probably a game, like a horror game, horror puzzle game.
Oh, okay.
No good ones.
Yeah, yeah, just do Resident Evil, but infinitely better.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking at? All right, sick. Then follow-up question, a bit separate, but now you get an opportunity to talk about your team. Of your teammates, who do you consider maybe the luckiest teammate in game or unluckiest teammate?
Luckiest.
Who just gets away with something? You're like, all right. I mean, that
Probably
there's no way.
Mark, Nightstar, the ADC.
Uh-huh.
I would say there's like, sometimes it doesn't go his way, where he just like dies, but then other times like he lives with 1 HP for so long.
And you're just like, how does this kid do it?
Yeah, probably Mark, Nightstar.
Just spacing everything, and you're like, this kid's a psycho,
Yeah,
and then he
pretty
still
much.
pulls it out, and you're like, okay, all right. Any unlucky team members?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It shouldn't have gone that way. It was just I'm unlucky.
I'm a victim.
All right. Well, good luck in your games.
Thank you.
Maybe you won't be unlucky today, and we'll see you soon.
Nice.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. On you.
Hello, my name is John. I am the top laner for Grandview University. My name is Proctor in-game. I play League of Legends.
Perfect. Awesome. Nice to meet you. The first question I've got is if you could master any skill instantly right now for anything in or out of game, what would it be?
It would be probably, to be honest, not being procrastinate in my own work. Because I very much put stuff to the last minute a lot of times.
So relatable. Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got 10 days until it's due, so you do it 10 days from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I due date is the day you.
Welcome back, everyone. It's just me because the teams were so excited to get into draft that we're in the draft. That's where we're at. Nefiri Band, Oh god, it's double me. Oh, this is terrifying. Nefiri band, Abessa band, and we've got an Italy band. So a couple of adaptations for the Briar University band table. So far, GVU has stuck with their, well, single band. Moment. See what this ends up looking like. And Ash as well, that was banned in the last game. So GVU wanting to kind of continue with their bands that they had in the prior game. And a Garen ban wanting to maybe give Mike a little bit of a reprieve in the top lane, I guess we'll say. That Garen was very dominant in game 1. Gwen will be the last ban here. It was banned for Briarcliff University last side, so it will not be the Varus band over for Grandview. So Varus is up now for Briarcliff if they would like to take it. But there's plenty of different picks. We could see Shizumoto and Camera swap again. That brand leads me to believe that Camera is playing mid lane now because that is a big brand. Camera is a big brand player in the mid lane. And Grandview University will know this after playing against Camera for at least 2 years now. That Brand is one of his signature champions in the mid lane, so we'll see what they want to do about that mid lane pick. A Jace looks to be the champion that comes up. That should be in the top lane, though. It could be flexed to mid, depending on what they particularly want to do with it. Lee Sin. Now, we've seen Lee Sin on Grandview University before. We've seen it on the top laners. We've seen it on the jungler. But neither the top laner or the jungler are the what we consider to be the standard top lane or jungler. So, a little curious to see where this Lee Sin will go. Azir hover here is a bit interesting. It won't end up getting locked in yet, at least. Would have meant that Brand no longer was going to the mid lane, but we'll see now that there's a Poppy lock. That could be for the jungle, that could be for top lane, it could be for support. And Varus, which is probably the most OP 80 carry on the patch, up looked to be hovered. Possibility for a lock-in. We'll wait the timer out here. It seems like Briarcliff University are kind of set on this Varus, but they may want to adjust some picks later, and they don't go anywhere near it. They're going to go instead for the Jax. So Jax probably going to be a top laner tonight. Poppy probably will be in support or jungle then. Again, I do expect this Brand to go mid. Camera's a big Brand mid player. Grandview University now, they see top support or jungle and a mid laner. No bot laner on the other side. If they'd like to take a bot laner away and ban everything else out, this would be the time to do it. And that Varus will get locked in here. Expect to see 2 bot lane bans now for Grandview University as they try and limit the bot lane pool for Shizumoto or Camera, whoever's playing the bot lane this game for Briarcliff University. And this is the start of that. The Jhin gets banned. Rakan banned for Briarcliff University. So looking to try and limit a bit of the support pool for Grandview University. Scared of the Pluto, his Rakan last game. MF another pinch in that bot lane pool. And Leona the same overdoors Pluto. Vladimir instantly locked in from Grandview University. Could be an answer in the mid lane to this Brand. It could also be an answer to Jax in the top lane. We'll have to see where they want to put it. Nami locked in, so Poppy looking more and more like a jungler every day now. Unless...
Guys.
I'm sorry. I think it's going to be Brand 80 carry.
No way. What am I coming back to? This is crazy. I needed water.
So Brand was picked number 1, right? Okay. And I went, oh, so Camera's back in mid lane. But he's not. I think Camera is going to be playing Brand in bot lane.
Yep.
As an AP
that makes
carry.
sense. That makes sense. I see it. That's a good vibe.
I have some notes. I have some notes on Ari in a moment. There was a Vlad picked. Yep. I don't know where this Vlad is going now. Because I think the Vlad was picked as a counter into
Brand. Yeah, but now Brand's going
Brand
bot.
Jax, but now Brand's going bot.
So now Where do you go? Proctor could maybe go Jace mid if he's still in mid lane.
Yeah, no, I expect the mid lane to be flexed between Vlad and Jace, but I still don't see how that particularly helps you there.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a new Ahri build.
Okay.
That is Bruiser Ahri.
I'm sorry.
So you build Yes.
It sounded like you said Bruiser Ahri. Run me through that.
Rod of Ages into I personally have gone Cosmic Drive. I've seen other people go Leandries.
Mm-hmm.
And
so is it just like
third
a
item,
burn
Riftmaker.
Ahri build? Oh,
So,
Riftmaker.
Rod of Ages
Interesting.
into Cosmic into Riftmaker has been what I've seen with it. And
Okay.
basically, Ahri doesn't do damage anymore. She just doesn't have the stats for it. She's kind of utility. So you just build her to sustain really long in fights. And it works quite well. I've played it top lane. I haven't played it mid lane.
Played it top?
I played it top lane.
Oh my goodness.
It was a weird game. I played it top lane.
What is the year of 2025 doing to League of Legends?
I was playing into a Teemo. What am I supposed to do?
That's
Pick a
fair.
champion that
That's
relies
fair.
on auto attacks?
No.
It's a Teemo. The guy's a war criminal. I don't know what more to say. So, with that though, I do not expect this already to go Bruiser AP Ahri. Though I am concerned about the 80 damage from Briar University because Jax seems quite 80. He's a bit mixed on the damage profile there.
Yeah.
And you can even build Jax with like an Asher's Tooth and build it AP quite easily. Depending on the matchup, so.
Okay. See,
Briar
no,
Club
yeah,
Cup's
I
interesting.
totally agree.
We said we
Poppy
thought
jungle?
the palette was more. Well, it could be Poppy top Jax jungle.
I agree that your point where like, oh, last game, this isn't a Briar Cliff draft.
Yeah.
We expect much more wonkier things from them, and they said, bet. We will deliver on our brand.
We expected something, and we were not. It did not deliver last game. This game, though, draft wonkiness is delivering.
Yeah, 100%. So how do they win games? Or how do they win this game? It will be kind of interesting. The
I was gonna
Poppy
say,
Ultimate is, I think, a kind of big factor here. What do you think, Mac?
I think this is a team fight team.
Yeah.
This is a really big team fight team. You can get a 3-man stun with Jax. You get Brandalt starting to pop around. You get Ahri jumping around. I think this is a really big team fight team. The problem is, I think the Grandview side's a really big team fight team too. Now, Grandview is quite heavy on the AD damage, right? We talked about how Briarcliff was quite heavy on AP damage.
Mm-hmm.
Grandview is quite heavy on the AD damage, just Vladimir, but Vladimir feels like a more consistent AP damage dealer than Jax.
Yeah. Is it kind of classic Vladimir build still? Like, it's giving Riftmaker.
It's Rocket
Roa,
Belt.
Rocket Belt. Okay, for
into
yeah.
Cosmic Drive.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know that Ahri build I talked about before, basically. I'm interested. There's also a Pike in this game, which just kind of slipped by at the end because we were very confused about where Brand was going.
Yeah.
There is a Pike in this game. I've never seen a lane that Pike could do well into more than a Brand Nami. That feels like a really good lane for Pike to kind of abuse.
Yeah, 100%. Easy hooks. Easy, like, they're not going to build armor, so when he goes lethality,
well,
Vince Carter, it's over.
I think it's a double lethality bot lane.
Yeah.
I think it's 4 lethality champs this game, actually.
You think Jace and Lee Sin will all go lethality?
Well, I think Jace will build Youmu's. I don't think it's going to be tank Jace.
Okay.
I don't see a real need for Bruiser Jace either. And Lee Sin probably builds Eclipse. I know Eclipse is not lethality anymore, but it's like lethality adjacent.
It's close enough.
But yeah, I think it's poke Varus. There's no one tanky enough. I mean, the tankiest member will be Poppy. I don't know how much it really matters to build on hit versus AP. No, not AP. On hit versus lethality. So maybe you do see AP Varus this game come out to make the damage spread a little bit evener.
Yeah, and I guess you're kind of thinking like Poppy's gonna be pretty tanky, Jax might be tanky as well, so you maybe need some on hit to deal with that. But GVU once again have given themselves the range advantage between Jace and Varus. It is going to be incredibly hard for BCU to start objectives, try to approach objectives, and potentially sit under tower, right? Where GVU struggle, they don't have the best wave clear. So that's where I wonder, like, that's where I wonder, honestly, like for BCU, do you try to have like a split push Jax take over the game?
I mean, here's the question. Did you have wave clear last game? Like your best wave clear was Kaisa. Are you telling me that
for
Varus
GVU
isn't...
Oh yeah.
For GVU, yeah. I'm looking at GVU wave clear.
Garen.
Vlad J, like you're still the same. Are you? Yeah. If you're talking in terms of Briar Cliff, I think the wave clear is actually quite good because Brand can clear a wave with one ability.
Yeah, but will they survive underneath the turret?
No,
it's the tricky part.
That's an unrelated matter, though. I'm gonna be honest. I have, after watching last game, I'm currently having a limited amount of faith in the Briarcliff University draft system. Though this does feel more Briarcliff than everything we've seen so far.
Comfort zone.
This feels a little bit more comfort. I still am a little unsure. Because the Grandview side feels like a lot of comfort. Like, let's be clear. This is a Lee Sin on Grandview University.
Notably
it doesn't matter. It could just be called Lee Sin U at one point. Like, they just produce Lee Sin players. I don't know what the sauce is there, what's in the water, but they produce Lee Sin players.
It's the special sleep number.
It's hidden number 73. It only goes up to 72 normally, but it's hidden number 73. You suddenly become a Lee Sin player.
Yeah. No, good. Yeah, game number 1 was awesome for GVU, and for a team, you know, we were talking a little bit about during game number 1. They obviously did drop a game to Ottawa. They've lost a PNW this season. They're looking to feel comfortable and feel confident heading into playoffs. This has been a good series to make that happen. And for BCU, with their new roster, Raymond unfortunately had to step away from the season. They're still trying to kind of sort something out for playoffs to try their best to make a good run here. And I think playing GVU provides a good kind of litmus test for both getting the players comfortable. Obviously, this regular season experience is going to be huge for them. And more so just getting like the additional reps, as well as still hopefully trying to figure out what all kind of works best for this team moving forward.
A quick reminder for everyone, there's just 20-something seconds left for you to predict in chat right now. The Gamba is not long for this world. You put your channel points up against mine. We do hear game is ready. We'll be in just a moment.
Alrighty, Summoners, welcome on to the Rift for game number 2 of our best of 3 series. Grandview University up 1-0 on match point, ready to take this home in a clean sweep. We'll see if they can make it happen. Has Mike studied Jax under the tutelage of Oxy? Can he be a difference maker here? ShamWow, the Vladimir top with Ignite and going the Airy. All of GVU is going to be spotted out by this ward in the Tri-Brush. BCU with that information going to be able to drop down some wards safely on their end. as well as maybe look for a counterplay. Mike and Shizo are headed down towards the bottom side of the map.
They look like they're prepared if there was a leash bot side of the map. Not that we see many leashes in 2025, especially in high level play, but looking to try and seek out where the jungler is starting. Unfortunately for them, jungler will not be starting in the bot lane. Though I guess the lack of information in this case is just as good as the information itself.
BCU should see where Chronicle started here. The ward by the Raptor is going to provide some much needed information, but talking about GVU lane looking to be aggressive, immediate flash ignite level 1, and that is how we could kind of imagine this lane going. Pluto so aggressive, knows that this is his lane to dominate. He's going to take advantage here.
We have not watched enough GVU. Pluto, I was familiar with your game in a previous life, but not this week, man. Holy.
That was hype.
E into a flash to extend E.
Yep. And then Vladimir doing Vladimir things. He's not going to be in any trouble against Counter-Strike. The Sanguine Fool going to do a pretty good job of avoiding that, and the game is afoot, mech.
The game is definitely afoot. Afoot is how I would describe what we are watching. I think that's a good word for tonight. ShamWow is definitely beating Mike again. Is the easiest way to put it. He was very good in the first game on that Garen into the Gragas into the Garen. See how well he does this game. Mike's brought down to just over 100 HP. If you don't know the story of GVU, not GVU, of BCU, by the way, of Briar University, you may not know about Camer and his legendary brand. Huge brand player, massive brand player, has played brand mid in more games than I think most mid laners have played. Well, anything else.
Do we know his mastery points on brand?
A lot. I can guarantee it's a lot.
Meanwhile, we did see a kill come through on the top side of the map, and if Shizo isn't careful, and if Proctor isn't careful, they may join the same fate. It's a lot of damage from the flash in from Proctor trying to make the play happen. But ShamWow has been awesome this series. The Sonic Wave misses, but Chronicle staying out from turret range. Proctor picks up the kill. The second turret shot leads to an execute. Flash stun underneath the turret. Coyote looking for a kill onto Leo, but the arrow strikes true with Pluto coming through and taking down Hammer. Is actually a solo kill as Mike trying to take down Chronicle. ShamWow in the top lane, are you gonna help out here? Your jungler needs you. The dash. Yeah, Mike knows. Mike has accepted defeat there. Can't get a kill there. And GVU off to a roaring hot start.
Mike understands. There's a point understood, but this could be a kill onto Leo. Good pull by Pluto.
Pluto's insane.
Yeah,
teleport from Camer.
Excellent. Yeah, teleport from Camer. Not able to hit Leo here. That's like the big thing. They're trying to just hit Leo with some ability to force him to stay a little bit. But Cameron's not able to hit him with anything. Nothing at all. In fact,
that
right there
underneath the turret. Wow. Unbelievable. Another piercing arrow connects. Oxy flashes away from Pluto's Q, and that means he's going to be able to live another day. Escapes from the clutches, but GVU, Camer teleported back to lane and instantly dies. GVU, I think, are going to be able to shove in the wave here.
Pluto may be the MVP of this team right now, by the way.
Oh, he wanted that.
Just saying.
No, I mean, how many hooks have led into kills already?
4. There have been 6 kills, and 2 of them were solo kills in the solo lanes, and every other kill had to do with Pluto and Leo getting kills in the bot lane.
Yeah, they're doing super good. We knew this Pike Varus duo was going to be feeling pretty good headed into the Nami brand. This good, I didn't maybe quite think so, but like for the level 1, the prep that went into it, they knew what they were doing. They knew how to kind of handle this matchup, and they've been taking advantage of it. We'll see. Level 6 comes around. It's going to be even scarier for the BCU duo.
Well, that's the thing. Is Leo is in the right place at the right time. He's at the right leveling. Do a lot of work there. Mike's trying to do work on the ShamWow, but it's not happening at all.
Sanguine Pool gonna drain Mike away and take him out. Camera already passed ahead on back to base is way too low. Chronicle's gonna start dragging while Coyote is picking up the Void Grubs.
I feel so rude to just wait till your pool is up to Sanguine Pool at the end. That feels so rude. Leo is on 1 HP. Unfortunately, so is Oxy and so is Cameron. They're not able to do anything against the range of this match. I'm sorry, is Pluto... Pluto may be psychopathic here, man.
He's gonna line up the Q,
Oh
the
my God.
flash, unbelievable. Says, I know you want to head back to base. You're trying to recall.
I'll speed
let
it
me
up.
just speed it up real quick. I got you.
He's the help. He's just offering a helping hook. It's like a helping hand, only a little sharper.
A little pokey.
A little pokey.
Well, GVU at this almost 8-minute mark here, 4,000 gold ahead. The lethality is slowly but surely getting ramped up by the GVU bot lane. We'll see what Chronicle and Proctor decide to build into. But the Executioner's calling for Mike is going to try to limit some of the healing coming from this Vladimir pick. Coyote does have Hex Flash available. He's trying to figure out a way to help out Mike here. The ultimate, the Sanguine Pool, that's going to proc. Mike somehow survives. Coyote's quite low, but the Sonic Wave connects. And Chronicle goes underneath the turret to pick up the kill. ShamWow has plenty of health. Mike gonna try to do a little do-si-do around to try to escape. Leap strike Chronicle. Uh-oh, he went a little too close there. Proctor looking for the Q, but that was a little bit of a wish. ShamWow's just focused on shoving in the turret. He cares more about the CS.
I'd like to note Mike was just literally sitting on that ward.
Yeah, he had vision.
At the time. He had vision of that shot. Proctor just whiffed. Well, remember the lead from last game? It's back. 1 kill so far on the Briar University side, and it was a bit of a accidental death, I think, from Hatex Chronicle. Top lane.
Pluto looking for an engage, but it's a lot of burst damage coming out. Camber level 6 not holding back. He's had enough in this bot lane. He just wants to CS and have a good time, but GVU starting to feel themselves get a little over aggressive. Pluto gets a little caught there.
Remember last game we talked about how ahead ShamWow was in the top lane in terms of CS? I'd like to point everyone's attention again to the top lane CS mark, as ShamWow is up 30 CS right now. At the last moment in which we had checked it in last game, he was up 60 at 140 to 80. So
not bad.
We'll see if he can beat that mark this game.
For Briarcliff, I'm trying to think of how they can maybe try to get back into this one. It is an uphill battle. Coyote's been trying to find ways to impact some of the lanes. He's on the top side of the map. Potential pick onto Pluto again, but the Chain of Corruption comes through. Hammer gets flash kicked back in a beautiful execution from Pluto with the stun. And again, MEC, you said it before, Pluto is having a pop-off performance here on this pipe.
Leo thought he was going to be the carry coming in tonight for Nightstar. Nope, Pluto's the carry.
Let's see, Coyote, this is a big play, big moment for Briar. They're going to try to make a pick happen. A lot of burst damage from the Ori, but Proctor gets the first kill of the fight. Mike's going to try to join things. They finish off Hextech Chronicle. And we'll see if Proctor's able to get out of this. He's got a lot of health from the Grasp of the Undying. Shizzo lands the charm and gets the shutdown. 2 for 1 in the mid lane for Briarcliff. Huge for them to get something back, but ShamWow's just going to keep pushing in the top lane and extend that gold lead.
Yeah, I don't think it will be the same tier 2 tower by 14 minutes. This is a Vlad at the end of the day, not a Garen, but ShamWow still doing quite well in the top lane for himself. Now onto a 40 gold, 40 CS lead, by the way.
A lot of damage onto Mike. Coyote is here, a lot of healing as well. Chronicles come back up into the top lane. Well-timed Sanguine Pool and so much damage from the empowered Q. ShamWow gets a double kill up in the top lane as Pluto finds another treasure hidden in the bot lane. Chain of Corruption comes through. Oxy with the pull, the arrow. Oxy with the outplay, but not enough to survive. 2 more kills to go over to the GBU bot laners.
That was very nicely done by Oxy to bubble Pluto mid-ultimate. That was very nicely done. Obviously, it did not save Oxy's life, but we gotta call out nice things when they happen, okay?
Absolutely. GBU up 6,000 gold and the completed items start coming through. It is the Rod of Ages Ari build that you were talking about before, Mac. So
God, I hate it. I hate when I'm right.
We'll see if that could be a difference maker here for the Chargers. Coyote, a nice series of ganks to try and help out. Unfortunately, didn't go quite the way he was hoping for in the top lane. ShamWow now 2 levels up on Mike. Makes that a very tricky lane to try to manage for BCU.
The worst bit is like I play games ahead earlier in the day to prep for these, to know what the new like builds are and stuff since the last time we've seen champs. If there's any like weird builds, and I prepped this Ari, and I really didn't expect to see it tonight.
You're like, no way, surely.
There's no way we see this, right? Like, and then here's Bruiser Ari.
Shizzo, level 11, actually does have a level lead on Proctor. Interesting to see if they're able to make something happen here. ShamWow just pushing underneath the turret, hoping to get the first turret of the game, going over to the side of GBU underneath the turret. He is not afraid to dive Mike underneath his turret. The ultimate goes through. Shizzo's going to try to gank ShamWow, who tries to flash away, but a pick onto Chronicle. Cameras Brand gets another kill, trying to come back in this game. Leo, the Chain of Corruption, does connect with Pluto. It is another execution. Look at these guys popping off. The increased attack speed from Leo. He's lining up the arrow. Oxy dodges it, but it doesn't matter. The hail of arrows catches the fish.
They're doing such an incredible job. This is an 8-3-4 Pyke, by the way. We are 14 minutes into the game. This is disgusting what Pyke is doing. Proctor's taking the first tower of the game. It did take a while. I think we all thought that ShamWow had it in the top lane. Proctor just continuous damage output in the mid lane to take that down. And the gold is in the right places for the Grandview side. There's 1 AD champion, 1 AP champion with the gold, so they feel quite good about their the gold values right now.
100%. No complaints. GBU extending the gold lead here early on. Feels once again that they are in complete control. Get another dragon on the board. I wonder... does look like it. Proctor heads down into the bot lane. Shizomoto is going to be the priority for GBU to try to slow down this Ari. 3 members of the Chargers, though, in bot lane looking for a pick.
They want to get someone onto Proctor. Will they be able to? It's a stun, it's a bubble, it's a hit into the wall, grounded. Proctor trying to do anything, cannot move, kicks
He's
one
so
away in
tanky.
the forms of camera, but Coyote takes him down at the end of the day, but look at the pressure everywhere else on this map.
Yeah, with sending 3 members bot, GVU's gonna do the same thing top. Pluto going in underneath for Might. It's a lot of damage that comes through. The stun misses. The Sanguine Pool. ShamWow goes under for a quick dip. And they are all good to push in on this top lane. Tier 2 turret. Pluto taking quite a bit of damage. Just gonna dash out of trouble. And it looks like they're gonna be able to pick this up.
Sanguine Pool taking a quick dip. That's a very funny term.
Did you like that?
Like a pool of blood.
Yeah.
All right, Pluto and Leo taking this mid lane turret, making it look easy right now. That's 5 turrets taken for the Grandview University side. 4 turrets taken. The bot tier 1 is actually not done yet. It just seems like it is.
Shizo gonna be forced to flash here. Away from the menacing bot lane of GVU. Charm connects. Leo trying to cleanse to get out of dodge.
No
he
way.
still hasn't died yet, but Oxy again finds the shutdown. A lot of kills going over to the Chargers here in the mid lane. They're trying to answer back in game number 2 here. And they get 3 kills. Very huge for them. Getting the shutdown on to Leo, Chronicle, and Pluto. And a turret destroyed. Proctor answers back. GVU, tough to answer them. Feels like when you're getting something somewhere, they're trying to answer back somewhere else.
1 in a turret for 3. I'm not sure if that's worth it for Grandview University.
Not quite.
I feel like if it was 2 for 1 in a turret,
Yeah.
you'd be a lot happier. But that turret was on like death's door anyway.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 full. You have like 2 inhib turrets open right now. I don't feel like it was worth it for Grandview to take that turret in response. I mean, obviously you want to get something, but it's not the greatest deal in the history of the world.
Pluto was thinking about maybe going in onto Shizo, but Shizo might be the key hope for Briarcliff as Mike is starting to scale up into this game a little bit. The Jack's fighting back. ShamWow actually has to retreat. The Trinity forces come online. That first item is huge, but the execute from Pluto. He racks up yet another kill as Proctor looks to go toe-to-toe with the Chargers in the bot lane. Hammer eventually extinguishes him off the rift. But again, GVU able to answer back. They're going to pick up the Rift Herald and maybe look to push in mid.
This is the kind of like trade you want if you're GVU.
Yeah.
1 death for your Jace for 2 kills and a Herald. That's a good deal. And the better deal is going to be starting to take this into the tower.
Chronicle goes too far in, but the Rift Herald, they're gonna dash it right into the wall. Leo not quite aiming that I think where he wanted to, but the Chain of Corruption connects there on to Shizo, who's able to retreat. Arrow comes through for some additional poke. The mid lane inhibitor turret's gonna be just fine, Mac.
So the lead is not as large as it was at this point in the prior game. And you'll note I say that because at this point in the prior game, they were at the inhib turret. They were at the Nexus. It was the game by this point. So Briarcliff University, obviously, some adaptations are helping a ton. No true tank, though, on the Briarcliff side. It does seem Poppy is going more of the Bruiser build.
Yeah.
And we do see, as you said, that Bruiser build right now on Ahri, and it will be the Leander second. 3rd item should be a Rift Maker.
Oh boy. Peak League of
Season
Legends.
2025, man.
Should be fun. Shizo's having a great game in the mid lane, man. 1-1-5 so far. Rod of Age is fully stacked at 20 minutes. That ain't bad at all. ShamWow's in trouble. Poppy ultimate. He's thinking about just sending him back. ShamWow said, I wouldn't be opposed. But now it's Coyote in trouble, who you mentioned before, is going the Bruiser build. And GBU have found their opportunity to pounce. Pluto does get taken down, but Leo cleanses away, and the target focus from him is going to lead into a double kill. ShamWow additionally picks up a kill. 1v2 against Mike and Coyote. Mike is the one who is retreating back to base. Unbelievable.
I thought that Shizumoto got that dragon for a minute.
I know.
I was very scared for a moment. Charm will miss. That's a brutal for Shizumoto. Of course, he used the ultimate to get away from Chronicle. And now you start seeing the gold lead put on the table. It's been 7,000 for a while, but now, right, when you see people trying to 2v1 and successfully coming out of it better, sorry, 1v2 is successfully coming out of it, that's where you start to really see the gold lead, and they're going to look towards Otacon.
They don't have an ideal Otacon taking team. Leo is already like half health. He's gonna have to be a little careful, but ShamWow's here to help out. Pluto trying to help out with a little bit of a shield there, and GBU are gonna end up getting this without much issue. And is it gonna be ShamWow who gets funneled? Chronicle wants a little bit of the damage as well. Pluto looking for a potential engage. It's 2v3, and yeah, he's just gonna get bursted out there trying to look for the 2v3 engage there.
I mean, I think he thinks he's got a little bit more. Nice flash from Kammer to grab Leo. That's only his second death this game. Will be a nice little forced back for him. Probably had a ton of gold on him at the moment, but I mean, it's starting to look good. It's the first mid tower taken. Could take that. Will take that. Lee Sin brain used right there.
You land the Q, you have to go in. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
it's the Lee syndrome.
It's the contract.
It's Lee syndrome.
Bot lane tier 2 turret gets cashed in, but Mike getting some much needed gold on the top side of the map. Shizo's in a little bit of trouble here. Q lands Sonic Wave on point for Chronicle. Mike's just gonna keep pushing along with the rest of BCU. GBU do not have a wave here, and Briarcliff may be finding an opportunity here to get back some gold. They reduced the gold lead to 5.5k.
They're doing well so far. I mean, it's still a large gold lead, and and looking at this, I do like the way that Grandview University scale a bit better. Pluto playing with a little bit of fire here. We'll stop 4 backs though. ShamWow, Proctor, Leo all in the area. Flashing from ShamWow, instantly murders Oxy. Chronicle from the side, and oh my, gold lead, that's where it's
You blink, you might have missed it. ShamWow and Chronicle strike in a moment and delete the Briarcliff Chargers off the map. Now comes the moment GBU have been looking for. They're just going to be pushing in the waves. Charm does connect. Pluto might get taken down here. There's a kill for Shizumoto, but Proctor destroys the inhibitor turret.
Yeah, they're trying to push 2 lanes in at the same time. A third if you count Leo in the mid lane, though I don't expect it to work as well as the other 2 lanes. Proctor half taking out a inhib turret, and in the top lane taking that inhib turret out as well. So it will be still inhibitors up.
Yeah.
They didn't even get the turret in top lane. They actually, they put a little bit of poke onto it, and that was it. Spawn timers are very low still.
Just when Briarcliff were getting some momentum, ShamWow is going to be on 3 items on the Vladimir, a huge difference maker for the Vikings here. He's just, and the Dark Seal stacked. I mean, he's just got so much damage, and there's not a lot of magic resist on the side of BCU. There's the Wit's End for Mike, but that's kind of about it.
The Wit's End isn't gonna be the end all be all in terms of magic.
No.
Anti-magic damage. But I mean, there are 4 AD members on the team that are not named ShamWow, so maybe that's okay.
We'll make it work. GVU prioritizing Baron Nashor. It's time to look for the game ender. Suit up in purple.
Pluto's
and let's get out of here.
Really
Coyote having a huge ultimate, but Pluto trying to find camera. The stun comes through, and it's 2 quick kills going over to the way of Briar. They execute perfectly here. Let's see, teleport coming in from Mike. It's a 3v5 for GVU. ShamWow trying to find the ultimate angle here. Chronicle maybe looking for a kick into the backline. Proctor's getting chunked. ShamWow has found his opportunity here. It's a huge ultimate as he just takes over the fight. It's a triple kill for the GVU top laner as he decimates the Chargers once again. Chronicle finds his way into the back line, and Shizo is the next to fall. Cameron, on a sliver of health, is not long for this world. He's going to be able to answer back and take down Chronicle, but there is ShamWow finishing off his quadra kill with the ace.
I mean, at one moment they were full health, and 2 seconds later, an E and an R just absolutely changed the entire fight. Proctor now looking to absolutely destroy the mid tower. They're looking to push in top tower. Dragon Soul on the table once Chronicle gets back up. There's so much here for Grandview University to take. Got all the choices in the world to make.
Really good start to the fight, but it is so tough to play around the Vladimir. Mike tries to jump in with the counter strike, but unfortunately, that just the instant sanguine pool. He says, "Nope, I'm good," and is able to back off.
It does look like Briar University do want to contest this dragon. Leo's in the area. Chain of Corruption does hit. Didn't look like it was going to, but ShamWow, leader of the fast fight, is here.
Pluto behind everyone. Coyote's low. Here come the execute. ShamWow goes legendary. He is low. He is shut down. Briarcliff maybe have a moment, but already Mike and Coyote have been deleted. A huge amount of damage coming from Hammer as he turns around the fight, and MEC Briarcliff are trying to turn the beat around. They don't have a jungler. Chronicle has smite. He can look for the steal to secure the soul. Can he do it? Shizo playing defense. Hammer as well. They have quick stuns, but Chronicle has flash. He has dash. Can he get in there and make a huge play? They're trying to play patiently around it. There's the Q, but the stun comes through, and Briarcliff stave off the soul, and they win the fight. They are still in this game. Hammer's signature brand lighting up Grandview.
That's what it is, right? We said before, this team wants to team fight. They have finally gotten to the team fight area, and Cameron is doing what Cameron does best. Play these AP team fight mages. He's incredibly good on this brand, and they're going to look to turn it into a Baron.
Proctor, teleport available, is going to decide to recall so that he can maybe contest Baron. Chronicle is still down 15 seconds. Pluto looking for a hook. ShamWow looking for an angle. Baron at 6,000 HP. Teleport coming in. There's the Chain of Corruption into the backline. Shizo goes down. Baron taken and secured by Briarcliff, but the team is absolutely decimated. Leo flashing over the wall. Cammer has no mana. He's trying to regenerate it here. Leo looking to play aggressively here. Who's going to be able to survive? Coyote gets out with the Baron buff, and BCU, they're able to get back, and they take Baron away from GVU. They take Dragon away from GVU. The game plan is being messed with a little bit here, but now Coyote's the only one left to defend the base.
If a Baron falls and no one gets the buff, did the Baron really fall? I'm not sure the answer to that question, but I can tell you that the base is falling right now. Coyote is not going to be able to hold everyone out. That's 2 inhibs completely gone. Coyote is the only one here now, Oxy, but just the jungler and the support, neither of which have had much money behind them. Shizomoto on this Bruiser Ari build is not the best next help for support. He's taking out half health almost immediately. ShamWow gets engaged on Sanguine Pool to get out. Just a quick adjustment from that wave, continuously putting damage down right onto Coyote, flashing in.
Unbelievable.
Trying to go in now. This is Vladimir still going Sanguine Pool again, continuing to avoid.
Here's Cammer.
Dodging everything. Cammer's the last one alive. He should do damage, but Shizumoto and Oxy are now just forced back into this base, and nothing more will be left of their base in just a moment as the rest of Grandview University are taking the towers.
Oh my god, ShamWow gets 1,500 health back from the empowered Q. What do you do? What do you say? The Vikings are knocking and they crash through the doors. It's a double kill for Oxy as he tries to defend the base. One more chain of corruption comes through. ShamWow goes in, and Proctor finishes off the Nexus. GVU end up coming out on top. What was quite a very chaotic game here on the Rift MEC. The Vikings reign supreme. Their raid successful, and they take the series in a clean 2-0.
It looked like it was going to be close in that second game for a bit. Like that, there was real bright spots.
Yeah.
Camera's brand was incredible towards the end of that game on trying to do a lot of damage to these team fights. Mike was doing a really good job on this Jack. Shizo, even though playing a little bit of a lower damage Ari build, didn't matter, was doing enough to just keep them in these fights. But we can't forget Pluto's early game. Pluto's early game was the best early game I've seen from anyone in the league this season. Incredibly well done, and on a Pike support, absolutely decimated bot lane. Imagine what would have been able to happen if Camera was able to get going earlier in that lane.
Yeah, for sure. GVU doing a solid job shutting that down, and ShamWow as well in the top lane taking care of business in both games. MEC, he was a huge difference maker for GVU.
Yeah, I mean, he was the guy split pushing in the first game, being the main tank. Right, he took 2 towers by 14 minutes. Two top lane towers, not a mid tower and a top. No, he took tier 2 top by 14 minutes.
It's pretty good.
And then in this game, he had a quadra into a triple into just not ever dying and being the sole AP damage dealer on the team. The enemy team had to build magic resist to fight against him.
Yeah. That's how you know, Mick. That's kind of the litmus test, right? Of how you're doing. But alas, it's gonna be a quick Wednesday night series to end off the season. Next week starts playoffs. We're gonna hop into a quick break. We're gonna hope to try and drag in one of the Vikings, hopefully willingly, for a post game, and hopefully we will get our interview. No, we hope to talk and see how things are going over at Grandview University. Before we go into our break, if you find yourself needing a little bit of gaming, you want to get in a quick match, do I have the recommendation for you? A new trading card game, Parallel. Be sure to check it out after, during the break, really. I think is a perfect time. It's on the Epic Game Store. We're going to drop a link in the chat. I'm hoping to try it out soon here. Seems like it's right up my alley. I know MEC, we're both kind of MTG Commander fiends. This might be the this might help with the scratching the itch a little bit during the week. But without further ado, we'll let the trailer roll, and we'll see you guys after the break.
Hey, my name is Ali.
Bunny Hopper.
Hello, my name is RDU.
Fino here.
Thais.
Lambi series here.
Even though most people know me as a streamer, I used to be a high-level competitor in Hearthstone.
2-time Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals finalist, 1-time champion, Yu-Gi-Oh! World semi-finalist, former Hearthstone Grandmaster.
Became world champion in 2022 and also won the global team championship.
2 times the European championship.
When I found Parallel,
I
immediately fell in love with the science fiction world that they created.
The depth and the details in it really stand out to me.
It's space art, it's gorgeous. The lore, Space Wars, super interesting.
I think overall the game of Parallel is what is the strong part.
The mana system, the cards,
deck building around the Paragon's strengths.
Some things are a little bit stronger, but the strongest decks are also like very skillful.
The deck allows us to trade the assets. I can sell my friends decks and cards or my viewers cosmetics.
The banking system especially as a new mechanic.
The banking system.
One of the best decks we've seen in the mana system in any card game.
It's already adapting into tournament modes.
The community is pretty awesome.
The Parallel community and team has always been so wonderful to me.
I've been a lot of fun playing Parallel. I think you can also have a lot of fun playing Parallel.
Try Parallel, guys.
I love this game.
Hello and welcome back to another one. This is MEC United Sports coming at you live with some Super Smash Brothers gameplay. And I know I said I would be gone as of yesterday, but they have invited me back, so here I am. This time joined with my boy Zap. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks.
What's up, Speedy? I'm Zap. Obviously, you've seen me on the cast a couple of times here and there. The last time I was here, I was actually solo casting, so I'm really glad that you're here, Speedy, because I was literally talking to myself for a while on that last bit. But, you know, it was fine. It's fine. I think it was still good.
It's fine. I know your pain. I know your pain. I know your pain. I know your pain. I'm right there with you. That's been me with Rocket League. But we're over here surviving, and we're gonna be vibing. We have two teams we've heard of before, but this will be my first time looking at Illinois University. Definitely used to seeing Michigan State on a lot of different things and just destroying things. That's kind of what they're good at doing. I think you have a little bit more knowledge on this for me, so I'm gonna let you take this away,
Yeah,
Zap.
I mean, the thing about the crew battles, right, is crews, rather, not the crew battles, the crews. There's so many different crews in this league specifically. We've seen so many top tier talent come out from all these crews multiple times. I know, like you said, we've seen Michigan State University pop off a little bit here in these brackets so far. Illinois, you know, a little bit less known, but we're gonna get these matches started off just in a moment when the players are ready. For now, we can't really talk too much about the matchups that are going to be happening because they want to keep that information on the down low just to ensure the competitive
Real
integrity
hush-hush.
of the match. But we'll get those matches underway soon. I love crew battles, man. They're so much fun to watch.
Well, you said cruise enough to where now I have to pop the joke of, well, I guess one of the characters in the game is very happy, and one of the real life people is also very happy because we couldn't do without Terry Crews. But also, I had to. It was set up there, and now we're here, and this is what's going on. But yes, I'm just excited to see how these people duke it out, because when it comes to Smash Ultimate, we can have a power of footstools, a power of spikes, the power of pretty much anything. But when it comes to that was from last night. We do apologize. We didn't switch that up to the current teams. But when it comes to skill and their ability to hit that 2-frame, or maybe even we may even see a 1-frame here, and it looks like we're gonna go ahead and start it off going straight into it. We got Zamo on Little Mac, and it's Chris no
Eiler, I believe, is on Cineroar.
Yeah.
Yep. Already getting right into it here. Nice little ledge trap here for Little Mac. The F tilt not quite connecting how they wanted, but still has a % lead. That neutral B from Incineroar. It's going to be a good get-off-me tool. It does have some iframes on it. That spot dodge, wow, avoiding the F-smash from Little Mac, but still plenty of damage here racked up onto Incineroar.
Definitely seeing a locked-in boxer, which is what we love to see. But we're looking at two characters that are notorious for having the worst recovery, so we're going to see who is able to utilize that thought process here. But we're definitely seeing a more aggressive Little Mac here comparatively to the Incineroar. Not even able to really get off any grabs here, which is his biggest tool set in everything that he does.
Yeah, I mean, Zamo is just absolutely taking control of the neutral space here, and that up B in the top of the blast, only taking 39% as well. Zamo is just absolutely accelerating their lead, and the KO punch available as well. The up smash super armor actually able to go through the connection from Incineroar. The up tilts, can we get out of here? Oh, he actually waits for the counter as well to get an even bigger punish, like this play from Zamo.
We're definitely looking at the Incineroar difference here. At this point, trying to get one stock to be able to have something for his team is probably the best option here, even if that's just a little bit of a ledge game to take him down with him, or that little side knee we just saw. But with the DI, we still have Zamo on the stage, still surviving off of the backwards hit off the side B. It's kind of wild watching that happen.
140. A little bit of a technical issue here. Can't really see what's going on for the moment, but I'm imagining that Zamo is still succeeding in the neutral for the moment. 140%, pretty dang high. restarting their.
Yeah, we're both looking at them pretty high, 140, 107.
Yep.
And it still looks like they're in the bout. We have the score 15-13. Illinois definitely trying to hold their own, but Michigan State looking and sitting pretty here.
Yeah. We just
doing
saw
their
the stock go down there in the top right, though, so it looks like Illinois has fallen. I believe Zama was able to take it over Eiler there. We can't see what happened, but we know what happened, right? It looks like Michigan State really took it to Illinois there in that first game.
Yeah, definitely a more difficult bout. Sorry, I was trying to pull up because I wanted to look at the comments and see how you guys are liking the game so far. It is unfortunate that we had a little bit of technical difficulties for the last part of that, but it looks like we did get that full seal there from Zamo going MSU's way. Not the best start for Illinois. Going into the next round with full stocks to have to fight. That Lil Mac is looking dangerous, was there for every frame that he could hit. And like you were saying, beautiful spot dodge timing as well. Not a lot of ways to actually respond to the level of push that we were seeing. And it went from aggression to perfect defense in the snap of a finger. So not a lot of things you can do with Incineroar there if you're not just hitting that grab as soon as possible and hoping that you catch him charging that side smash.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a dominating start there from Zama on the side of Michigan State. Like you said, this crew has been doing fantastic so far at the Midwest Esports Conference here. And Illinois actually hasn't done too bad themselves. A lot of them actually play Pokemon characters, which is kind of funny to me. They have like a little theme going. I'm curious to see which character they send in next to deal with Zama, because Little Mac looks really difficult to deal with for Incineroar specifically. I think the speed difference was the biggest factor there. Like you said, Little Mac was able to kind of bob and weave in and out of the fight and really just dispatch of Incineroar with that clean movement. So I don't know how they're going to deal with this Little Mac, to be honest.
Maybe a sword fighter or Ness, or I don't know. It may, I think range would help, but that Little Mac is quick enough to be able to like really clinch those last second dodges that he needs to be able to get close to you. So a good Little Mac is dangerous. That's a very dangerous matchup. I mean, so it is definitely you definitely have to be on your P's and Q's, hitting that zero ping as much as possible. And hoping that Nintendo's servers also hit that zero ping at the same time. But it is a challenge in and of itself, and we're gonna see how they tackle it. I really do think like a range or a snake or something to just kind of mix up the type of combos, or I guess ground comfortability that this Little Mac has is probably the best. The best. It is probably the best thought process. I just had a full blackout there. My brain fully shut off.
Lucas, that's pretty close to Ness. Like you said.
I'll take. I actually like Lucas more than Ness, but I know Ness is a bit faster. So
they've gone for the Lucas. See how they can deal with Zamo. Zamo didn't lose a single stock in that first bout. Going into this crew battle, so pretty solid start for Michigan State. Illinois is obviously on the back foot, and once again on the back foot with all this percent that Zamo is dishing out on the Lucas right now.
Zamo is so comfortable, man. Even off the side B next to the edge, he's comfortable enough to just go for it. It's like we're watching someone, like literally just watching someone on zero ping, no fear for his thought process. Not able to get that up smash punish though. That's probably gonna cost him.
That grab was actually broken. Okay, double nair into down tilt. What are we cooking up here? Trying to find the read with that neutral B. Not gonna connect. Next to the side B to get over the down smash from Lucas. I like the movement options from Zamo once again, utilizing their character's tools effectively and making it look really, really good on Wi-Fi as well, might I add.
It's like we're watching a frame perfect as much as possible Little Mac. Even with this little bit of He's up there. Oh, beautiful punish there. That is what he was probably looking for. The Lucas was probably looking for in that first play, but Lil Mac would still be able to get back on the stage. Definitely not seeing as many quick plays as we were seeing before. More aware of the stage area and trying to hit those 2 frames as much as possible. Able to get that punish right there off of the try. Yes.
That's a ridiculous punish coming out from Zamo. Drop through counter is not something you see every day, but he's just catching Snick slipping just a little bit. And look, snap the ledge with that side. Stocks for both competitors, but the percent lead is definitely a large gap for the moment. After connecting on the platform, expecting that jump. I actually like that ledge drop option from Zamo to catch the jump from ledge. Utilize that platform. Look at this tech chase as well. That down smash send it to the right.
Just a immediate bout of damage we just witnessed as well. In 3 hits off of 0 damage, immediately up to 77 already in smash range. And we're just seeing the range attempt to try and keep this man away from him. But as we've seen, Zamo's just really good at getting close. And that's the game.
You cannot be shielding in those situations. Zamo will right into your face and drop. His fully charged neutral.
Actually had 3 different options there. He could have ran up and grabbed him. He hit the uppercut, but he could have actually hit his KO punch at the same time too. All in the same speed, caught and finished by Michigan State here. Only 1 stock on the board Illinois' way, and it is just becoming it's going from basically a crawl to just straight up clawing for life to try and get this chance to change the momentum in some way or shape or form.
The momentum is definitely not shifting in the favor of Illinois College for the moment. It seems like Zamo really is in control of each game that he is sent in on, and he continues to eliminate stocks. I believe that's 6 stocks to his. What does he have? 2 stocks still? Okay, so we're playing pretty dang well if we're Zamo. It looks like they're going to be sending in Acolyte on the Dark Pit. And can Dark Pit take care of Little Mac? That's the question here, Speedy. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question.
It is a interesting bout because Dark Pit has a lot of utility to push off at all angles and not just one. So if Dark Pit can make sure he's not caught in the air by that tilt that's just been killing this Illinois College offense so far, if he's able to keep out of that near range and actually juggle him off the stage to the point where he can't fight back, because Dark Pit does have one of the best recoveries in the game comparatively to Little Mac. Without that, if he's able to just push him off and keep them off that edge, then there's a way better chance for Illinois College to turn this around. But right now, if he continues to if they continue to let him get close, then it's just going to be a consistent fight for just 1 stock. And they didn't even get that the first bout. So the second bout, they lost 3 stocks for 1. Well, it's just not looking like the best trades right now.
We're gonna see if Acolyte can make the best of the situation here. Ideal situation, they get a 2 stock here onto Zamo, and that would give them a chance to get back into this crew battle. But as it stands, being down 6 total stocks, pretty tough spot to be in, but Acolyte's got to be the one to do it on the Dark Pit. Small battlefield is the choice. Once again, Zamo finding first blood with that F tilt, down tilt to F tilt, a quick 38%. Both together the forward air, and then they're going to catch Zamo dropping their shield, but that's not too much damage. Dark Pit doesn't get a ton of damage from straight hits. You really have to find some of these combos to get more back up some damage.
And immediately, as you say that, found a good little 1-2 combo, able to get him up to 84, is in smash range if he can get a GE side smash or another upper. But we are watching as Pitt uses that distance that we were trying to say that he needs to knock him off. I don't know why there is no chase to make sure this guy stays off the stage, but it is what it is. And we're going to see as we're right back to the Oh, so he's not even gonna try to two-frame the side B there for Dark Pit.
Yeah, definitely could have, I think. That was a re-grab on the ledge. I think he could have gone for that. But playing very patient, you know, Zamo's not willing to give up anything that easily. Still has the KO punch in the pocket. Down tilt to F tilt. Looking for a tech chase. Actually had somewhat of a read, but the get-up attack was there for Acolyte to disrupt that read from Zamo.
Zamo, I think, was trying to go for the down dodge there to dodge that at the last second, but Dark Pit being a little bit faster than Pit on the get up probably threw him off for a loop. Yeah, Chris is just the man when it comes to recovery. This is tough. That has killed on a multitude of accounts. I think the only reason that our Dark Pit is still alive here is just because he was the farthest away from the ledge possible for the opposite side. Perfect shield there and the back air. Yes.
Solid punish there. Run up F tilt. Now Zamo on their last stock as well as Acolyte. And Zamo has now officially taken 8 stocks from Illinois College. He still has one
Still
left.
looking strong. Still looking strong. Punishing every single thing he can as far as the side Bs. Just the timing on this man. And this is the first time we've seen a good stock exchange. I mean, at least a decent stock exchange going Illinois College's way. And it is, I don't know if this is Michigan State using their trump card early or, tried for the 2-frame there and a disconnect.
No.
At the worst time. We're going to have to run that game back. Unfortunately, guys, that is a Nintendo error. So we're going to jump right back into it on the slow crawl and get everyone invited back in here. But that was, we looked at the last play we were seeing was actually trying for that try to get that last second 2-frame as Dark Pit was trying to get back on the stage, and quite frankly, just not able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we've talked about it time and time again. Zamo, absolutely immaculate on the Little Mac, has been completely dominating so far in these first couple of battles between MSU and Illinois College. Acolyte actually did take the first stock. The problem is now, Zamo still had the extra, and he's just making that thing go the extra mile, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting all this percent. He's almost killed him. He has him in the ledge trap situation. The disconnect comes through, unfortunately, but you had to imagine that was Zamo's game.
Acolyte definitely given the most fight that we've seen so far on Illinois' side. Trying to do something with Dark Pit to be able to match. I don't know if we're going to see the same stock point where we were at before, so both players just run off the side. That is actually what happened at the beginning of the game, for those who are not familiar with Smash streams as well. Whenever the stock lead you have from the previous game is what you start off in the next game, so that's why Little Mac immediately DI'd as he went in, because he did lose a stock in the first game. Typically try to explain that earlier, but we're jumping straight in, you know, we're trying to be there for the action. So that is, it's gonna be kind of a toss-up on whether they just want to do a full reset or if they want to continue from that 1-to-1 stock differential. But it is, so we just got word that the pit has fully lost internet connection, and that was the cause of the lobby breakdown. So we're gonna just go ahead and hop into the next one. Maybe a reset or not? Okay.
Zamo still did maintain their last stock from that last match, and now they are facing up against a Marth, which, you know, you talked about a little bit earlier, CD, about how maybe they should add some range into this counter matchup here to try and dispatch of the Little Mac. And there's only one stock. Problem is, you know, Marth is the most consistent, so we'll see how these tippers favor Illinois College in this next matchup.
I definitely think it depends on the Marth, and got the lucky knockoff there. Not able to recover, was facing the other way. And that is Illinois finally getting Zamo out of this game.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
able to take down a ton of people for that, though.
Zamo taking 9 stocks just all by his lonesome on a pink little mech. I mean, got to give it up to Zamo here. An impressive performance for his college. And now, I believe JP8 on Marth is who they sent in. And maybe they should have sent him in earlier, because the way that cheese worked out might have been an effective tool at dealing with the little Mac. But we'll see what Michigan State can come up with here to deal with Marth. But man, this stock deficit, difficult, real difficult for Illinois.
Definitely a uptick on crawling their way back to some type of comfortability. Michigan State sitting super comfy. And we have next up on the plate picks on Aggies, or
Aegis.
Is that the full Aegis? Is that the full?
Well, Aegis is Pyramithra. That's the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like some people call him Aegis, some people call him Pythra, Myra, whatever it is you want to call them.
Yeah, I know them by Pythra and Mithra. But yeah, I'm okay. So I'm still never gonna call them by the Agi. I guess that's probably because of something in the game. I'm assuming that's why
what Aegis? It's because they're the power of Aegis. Like that's literally what they are. Like that's just like their power in the game or something like that.
Yeah, so that's all I was assuming. That it was something.
They'll even say like they'll say the power of Aegis when they win. It's a core defining.
It's like aura. Yeah. It's like aura from Lucario. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes, chat. We are going directly at all of the Lucian mains and saying he is just aura. That is nothing else that he is. Fight us. Another try at the last second either spike or just punish there for the 2-frame, but not able to get it at the last second, able to recover. We're now seeing as JP8 is just trying to get some type of foothold or comfortability versus Pix, but Pix is just not giving up any ground. Both really great at tapping those shields to where it's proper. Almost watched as that stock was taken away, but Pix trying to get something with that sideburn, not able to get it, and ended up being pushed too far off the stage for first stock going to Illinois College.
Though you saw the defensive option Pix immediately after. Concerned whether or not that episode was going to hit a shield, but there's a forward throw from JP8 down. So it's like a situation set for ledge is Pix. Now we're back to neutral once again, but still JP8 is seeing the stop.
JP8 trying his best to stay comfortable in this situation, making sure he's getting some good pokes in, good little picks, good little side pokes with that, down pokes. Yep, and we saw one right there. Trying to get the ledge destroyer here off the side, get that flick off the right, and force Michigan State for that 2-second time frame they have to be able to recover that, but not able to get it the last second. We're still back to neutral right here, trying to see who can establish this next stock. Both looking high, 110 to 122. Just needs one little sword flick, and still back in it, able to DI it back, and immediately as I say that, we see the follow for the up smash there.
Yeah, it's an untechable up B as well. You were just sent straight into the blast zone. It looks like JP8 has the sortie matchup on a lot. They're utilizing that tipper to effectively to find more combo extensions. Out there once again, double tipper for an extra damage and knockback. There's a grab on the dash attack forward throw. Great tech, not untechable that time around. Down smash with tech. JP8 sneaks by and plants their feet on center stage.
JP8 trying to take this back and forth. Chris almost able to finally get a stock going down. Probably should have thrown the sword there for the ledge counter, but decided to keep it there. Tried to get this grab here, not able to kill with it, and Mark is still in it. Got the up smash.
Not for very long. The up tilt doesn't connect there from Pix and finds the stock. That's a good stock to take if you are Michigan State. Now, JP trying to work on this last stock. Upward angled dancing blade is not going to connect unfortunately. Up and missing, swinging a miss from JP8. A little bit too aggressive here with these options. And here comes the punish from Pix, 30%. Can't give away this stock, JP8. Slowly this percentage is going to sneak up on you. The Pyro Advantage state is here. Up smash, yes.
What a
Don't give
combo.
Pix anything. Only give him a whole stock.
You just witnessed a 0 and still taking that lead back. Michigan State just punishing as soon as Illinois thought that they could have a little bit of a sneeze there. Immediately got a 0 to 90 combo to finish off on that top platform and just was able to take one more stock. Illinois College overall winning that bout, but going into the next game with one stock with Michigan State with the full 3. 9-4 overall. I'm not 100% sure how Illinois is going. I mean, it's definitely going to see who has the best pocket player, the best clutch player in their on their bench. Michigan State sitting pretty with another error. Here we go. But we'll be reconnecting back in a couple of seconds. We were definitely still are definitely sitting pretty with Michigan State, just chilling out, waiting to do the thing. And we're back. So we're gonna say at the very least, we couldn't do any of this without our sponsors. Gotta thank Alex's Lemonade Stand, gotta thank Corsair, and our newest sponsor. We would love to thank Parallel, a TCG company. What do you think is going to happen next, Hap?
Man, I think I'm still kind of thinking about that last game just a little bit because he played with his food too much, Speedy. He played with his food. You saw him
really
swing
did.
a couple of side Bs, a couple of up
Didn't even
Bs.
hit a counter.
He was like, all right, I'm gonna get this stock and move on to the next one. I'm gonna have 2 stocks. We can make this comeback. And then Pix is like, nah. Check out this Aegis Advantage state. Finding that down air into up smash. I love to see that combo. It's such a cheesy combo. It kills so early. I think it killed as early as 86% before the hit. So beautiful stuff there. And I think moving on, we'll have JP8 against Halo. Falco. Now, I believe that Falco can struggle with sortie characters. They do have the hitboxes to deal with him. He's a little bit stubby. However, if Falco can get like a solid advantage state, his combo game is immaculate. So if he can get a solid advantage state, he can find a lot of percent and even get some edge guards here on Mark as well if JP8 allows it. But so far, the neutral being dominated by the sword character for the moment, 39%. And no punish there after the spot dodge, unfortunately, here for Halo. There's a grab from JP8. You see the advantage state, you already see the matchup being played out here.
Falco is doing his best to try and adjust to the comfortability that we continue to see when it comes to JP8's Marth gameplay. Definitely no longer on that worry step that you had when we first came in, saying that the Marth can be hit or miss. This man has been very consistent, able to carry Illinois back, even though he did play with his food this last round. We're still seeing as he's able to put down the damage with very little resistance. Falco is an interesting character as well, I agree. If you can get that combo comfortability that he needs to do, which honestly could happen with just a good grab. We're still seeing a bit of shield center, but no grabs on Michigan State's side, really. And that probably would actually add a bit of damage that Falco needs to be able to get back on that truck as far as... There we go. We're starting to see a little bit more combo thought process there. It's definitely just using the fact that Falco has just as much speed as Fox, but more reach. And you know, the damage to Match Wolf, not quite as much spike potential, but just as much damage that he can output to from a distance and as well as from a punishing standpoint. Chris with that back air, beautiful kick there. And
They were what, at 0%-ish. JP8 so far ahead now, 99%. Halo's actually brought this all the way back from the break, and now JP8 sitting on their last stock of the crew. This is only 4 stocks here. JP8's for Illinois College, so JP8 really trying to hold on to this stock right now for their team. Down air actually connecting for there. No tech chase though, able to slide off the platform. Okay, I like that single hit side B, but great reaction from Halo right after the fact. Air dodge to ledge. That was such a good recovery.
We are witnessing a Falco that knows his things, but got the little bit of a touch there at the last second, able to finish off the Falco. Was just high enough life to not be able to mash out of that shield breaker delivered there by Mark, just sitting there waiting for that to happen. And we may see another 3 stock to 1, unfortunately, as we're going into this Marth. Marth able to take 2 from Falco here, just making it a little bit harder for the remaining players of Michigan State, but still sitting kind of pretty comfortably. Just needs to be able to get this Marth off the stage or a good smash attack into that upper combo we were seeing. Halo hit a lot earlier.
Yeah,
just many options.
It is a true confirm, even at this point. So I think Halo can definitely find that connection. The problem is JP8 is just not getting it. Neutral has been very, very effective here. There's the dancing blade. Send Halo off the side. Looking for a back air. Doesn't find it. Unfortunately, still both the players getting up on the stage, trying to find a strong neutral here. They're gonna have to tech chase situation, but just barely not able to reach with that down smash. That could have been curtains here from Halo's last stock. No punish on the fade back forward air from Halo. Okay, don't hold your shield when that neutral bleed is coming out. Careful here, again, and the down air. Okay, JP8 with a 3 stock on Halo's Falco, keeping Illinois College alive.
JP8 is definitely Illinois College's pocket play here. Like you said earlier, I'm not 100% sure why they didn't switch him in a bit earlier to take that little Mac out. But we're witnessing a standstill for Illinois College, definitely anchoring here with JP8. Halo not able to pull that last stock out and just unfortunately lost 3 for Michigan State. How will they respond? Who will they put in? And what are we about to witness?
I mean, they only have to take 1 stock off of JP8's Marth, but as you can see, Speedy, easier said than done with the way that this Marth has been destroying stocks. And now there's only a 2 stock difference separating the crew battle. And, you know, this is why I love crews so much. Like, Zamo, took 8 stocks all on his own. Now JP8's popping off. Maybe he'll get to take 8 stocks all on his own. So I love the back and forth, the competitiveness of these both these teams to stay in it to the very end and really just duke it out so you can come out on top.
It is definitely a, no pun intended, a skill issue if you are not able to take out the guy with the 1 stock, my guy. So it is adding more pressure overall into what needs to be done for Michigan State. Taking away that comfortability as JP8 stands tall versus what looked like a wall that was not, well, oiled down with slick. And it is, they're climbing back up. We're looking at a 6-4 difference here. So it is not that, it's not that hard to be able to get this back to where they're on even standing, and the pressure is just as high as it's been for Illinois College this entire time. JP8 putting everything on his back. We're going to see how Michigan State responds, whether that's with a direct counter to the character or just a fun one. And we're looking at a fun one here.
Banjo and Kazooie versus Marth. Okay. Interesting. Fair piloting the banjo here. JP, of course, on the mark. See him jump off the side just to get those stocks where they should be. And now JP8's goal against Fair is definitely going to be to take at least one stock. Ideally, we take all of them, but, you know, we could settle for one. If he gets one, it's doable to come back here, but if he loses this stock without taking a single stock, I think Michigan State might have it in the bag. We'll see what happens.
I think it may just be a better match overall for Fair. Definitely using way more utility than I thought I would see for a banjo player instead of going for the more safer side airs or even the little bit of side spike that he has. No, as soon as I say that, he went for it. Almost able to get the ledge punish there off of the side smash, but not able to just squeeze by the little smallest piece of squeeze you can as far as JP8 goes.
Yeah, that grenade actually does combo into a lot here for Banjo and Kazooie. You see it right there once again. Grenade into F tilt, finding the Nair off the ledge as well. We're not gonna be able to come back. Oh, but we actually took the stock before we lose ours, and Fair will be able to dispatch of JP8 just barely without losing a single stock. Good stuff to him. And now Illinois College on their last 3 stocks, as well as their last and final player here for this crew battle.
Banjo and Kazooie, it turned out to be the best pick to be able to throw off the Marth. So I think it was a lot of what I was. So a lot of really great Marth players have been playing Marth for like the last 4 games. And that's why Marth has not changed in Ultimate. And that is just a very consistent way to poke out the majority of characters that have been in the roster. When you start throwing in characters that are newer, like Banjo and Kazooie, like Pyra Mithra, that starts to become a little bit more of a juggle. And that is also when we started to see JPA lose it. You lose a bit more life there too for the newer characters. So I think it just may have been one of those cases of, I don't know how to fight this because this is new, or I'm not as comfortable with fighting this because this is a newer character and I'm used to fighting that main 50 or 60 characters that's been in the game for X amount of years at this point. So
yep, I mean, Marth, tried and true character, has been in the game for so dang long. The game plan really hasn't changed all that much. He's been swinging since the dawn of time, except minus 64 because he wasn't in that one. But they will be sending in a final player for Illinois College, and it's going to be Lore Keeper on Mewtwo. Now, let me tell you, Speedy, this Lore Keeper guy, he is like the Zamo of Illinois College. You thought JP8 was the sauce? I feel like Lore Keeper is the entire entree. You know what I'm saying? He's got this swagger about him. He's got this Mewtwo technology that you've never witnessed before. So I'm hyping him up a ton. I really hope he doesn't get owned by Fair
just
here.
Sell immediately.
But listen, Lore Keeper has been a staple player here of Illinois College and has taken an upwards of 8 stocks before in crew battles. So I'm excited to see what he can do here.
Well, we immediately saw some utility get flipped right back at Fair as he was trying to go straight in with the utility. But as you said, Lore Keeper just ready to respond immediately after, I mean, immediately as the game started, really.
Snapping the ledge, Lore Keeper trying to jump away. The Nair catching that jump from ledge. Not an option you want to be doing. The Fair from ledge able to connect onto Fair here, avoiding the grenade and actually reflecting the grenade explosion back as well. Doing a little bit of extra percent. There's the Shadow Ball into down tilt. Lore Keeper getting lots and lots of damage here. No kill just yet. Up air connection. Charging up Shadow Ball once again. The side B back to ledge is going to make it. The grenade actually catching that Shadow Ball. And the side B to bust right through. And now advantage for Fair. Can we see a ledge trap? No, we cannot.
We are witnessing as these two go at it, both at high damage at this point, 145 for 92. Now 110 looking at the lore keeper's way. I did lone twice.
Okay.
And immediately off of the little bit of a side aerial there.
Yeah, the fair from fair, actually. Only one Wonder Wing remaining here. Grenade from the ledge. Lorekeeper trying to find their feet back on stage, but this grenade is just so tricky to deal with. That'll be a back throw, though. Of course, that's going to do it at that percentage, and now only 25% here. Wonder Wings have been refreshed for fair here. Shadow Ball goes to the wayside. Fair, just a bait, charging that Shadow Ball a little bit into the fair. Looking for a drag down there. Side B not going to be able to catch that grenade, but look at that neutral B combo into up air. Beautiful stuff here from fair. Both of these players know their character inside and out, as you can see.
Very, very professional here as we're going into this. No one trying anything new, but knowing what they are into. We're watching as Michigan State and Illinois College duke it out. Both have 2 stocks. The person who has the highest damage so far is looking at Lorekeeper, able to keep it live. Definitely watching as Mewtwo shows that the recovery is just not an issue here. And Chris able to just get anything off with another beautiful side view to end that stock.
Yeah, the Wonder Wing from fair has been paying out very, very well and still has a couple of extras. The F-tilt not going to do it just yet. Charging up that Shadow Ball, Wonder Wing back, and wow, where did that explosion come from? I didn't even see that. Wonder Wing once again in neutral just to find some advantage. Get off of me. Lorekeeper stuck at the ledge, has an air, no jump available, but able to snap back with that up B and still trapped here. The ledge trapping from fair has been so immaculate thus far. The side B to get back to ledge, get off me with that up air. Can we find this stock? Not quite yet for Lorekeeper.
Looks
up throw though.
Lorekeeper able to get that stock off of the up throw. Chris trying to, and got it off of the Wonder Wings. No, actually still alive, trying to hit that DI, trying to get back to the stage. Chris is trying to push something forward and able to get it with the up air. I mean, up smash. Able to get it with the up smash.
Yep, got it with the up smash. Yeah, beautiful stuff there.
Michigan State winning this bout.
Michigan State with a solid advantage taken early from Zamo in that Little Mac, absolutely annihilating 8 stocks away from Illinois College. If they didn't have Zamo, I think it would have been a lot closer. As you could see, Illinois College still able to bring it back with 4 stocks remaining for Michigan State, which, considering the deficit they were at, is not too shabby. Like, they really clawed their way back into that crew battle, but despite their best efforts, Michigan State still comes out on top. And we're
Michigan State. Michigan State University pushing out the most, just the most back-to-back. Try and push me off the ledge. I dare you. Try and push me off the ledge. I dare you. Try and push me off the ledge. Oh, I've already killed you. Just that Little Mac starting it off for Michigan State was the one who set that tone. Unfortunately, we did get a sweep in the middle of that too, via JP8, just annihilating people with those pokes, making sure that even if it's ledge game, he's going to make sure you slam off that back. Man, just tons and tons of plays versus plays. We actually watched as JP8 brought it back for Illinois University as far as some type of way to crawl their way back up, and just immediately curve stomped by the Banjo-Kazooie. Just looking like he had a lot of fun throwing grenades and using those Wonder Wings to just run through everything.
I mean, Fair was definitely a solid anchor for Michigan State there. I do believe they still had one extra player as well, aside from Fair, that would have had to come in if he bit the dust to Lorekeeper. But luckily for Michigan State, that Banjo was clutch, and I mean, that's a character that's hard to deal with if you don't know the matchup that well, right? We saw so many little tricks of the trade that he had. We saw the egg toss combinations into aerials. We saw the grenade at the ledge into the Wonder Wing, into the F-tilt, into Imagination. So we saw Fair really utilizing Banjo there, and I think that's what really closed it out for Michigan State.
I think my favorite that I saw from that Banjo-Kazooie was the grenade purposeful grab to blow up to the left. It was a very snake-like play. It was a very snake-like play. The grenade to blow up off the side to to dive straight down with the down air. to recover off the side with a little bit of a jump and then an upper smash to just like. He wasn't even charging the orb at that point, but
Yeah.
okay, I guess.
It's tricky, man. It's tricky. That Banjo character, he's slick. He's slick, especially the way that Fair piloted him. 100%. They weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for the Banjo.
That was a wild thing. We actually have an interview coming up, so we're going to go into a little bit of a break to be able to grab Michigan State University so they can give us a little bit of P's and Q's on their thought process and how good that little Mac was feeling for those 9 stocks. I don't know. It is up to the cards on how, no pun intended for our sponsor here for Parallel, but it is up to the cards on how this interview is going to go. And I'm kind of curious because apparently I've been getting some pretty interesting ones recently. A whole team calling out another team for being bots was one of the most recent things during the win chat. So we're going to see if that gets topped. But in the meantime, we're going to go to the quick break. Like I said, once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, we could not do this without our sponsors at Alex Lemonade Stand and Parallel, a TGC company, as well as TCG company.
Yep.
And of course, Corsair. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back.
Hey, my name is Ali.
Bunny Hopper.
Hello, my name is RDU.
Fino here.
Thais.
Lambi series here.
Even though most people know me as a streamer, I used to be a high-level competitor in Hearthstone.
2-time Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals finalist, 1-time champion, Yu-Gi-Oh! World semi-finalist, former Hearthstone Grandmaster.
Became world champion in 2022 and also won the global team championship.
2 times the European championship.
When I found Parallel,
Parallel.
I immediately fell in love with the science fiction world that they created.
The depth and the details in it really stand out to me.
It's space art, it's gorgeous. The lore, Space Wars, super interesting.
I think overall the game of Parallel is what is the strong part.
The mana system, the cards.
Deck building around the Paragon's strengths.
Some things are a little bit stronger, but the strongest decks are also like very skillful.
The deck allows us to trade the assets. I can sell my friends decks and cards or my viewers cosmetics.
The banking system especially has a new mechanic.
The banking system.
One of the best decks we've seen in the mana system in any card game.
It's already adapting into tournament modes.
The community is pretty awesome.
The Parallel community and team has always been so wonderful to me.
I've been a lot of fun playing Parallel. I think you can also have a lot of fun playing Parallel.
Try Parallel, guys.
I love this game.
Welcome back. It's Zap and Speedy. Unfortunately, my friend Speedy here has lied to you all. We will not be having an interview. Not tonight. Unfortunately. I had to throw you under the bus a little bit, but no, unfortunately, the victors in Michigan State University were too busy celebrating to get an interview for us, so we're going to be closing. But before we do that, we have to thank our sponsors, because we could not do this without them and without you guys as well. So please, if you have the time, give it a listen. Speedy, take it away.
All right. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and talk about our first sponsor, Alex's Lemonade Stand. Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, ALSF, emerged from the front yard lemonade stand of 4-year-old Alexandria Alex Scott, who was fighting cancer and wanted to raise money to find cures for all children with cancer. By the time Alex passed away at the age of 8, she had raised $1 million. Since then, the foundation bearing her name has evolved into a worldwide fundraising movement and the largest independent childhood cancer charity in the U.S. ALSF is a leader in funding pediatric research projects across the globe and providing programs to families affected by childhood cancer. For more information, please visit the links down below at alexslemonade.org. Once again, that's alexslemonade.org. We'll have it at the bottom of the link for this stream as well. We're also sponsored by Corsair. Please go and check out their products, from anything for gaming PCs, anything for laptops, from anything to pretty much anything technology. Corsair has touched in one way, shape, or form, or built or done all of the things. They have a very extensive line of both gaming and casual things to help build PCs that glow, PCs that function, and PCs that perform. Please check out Corsair. And I couldn't be more remiss without mentioning our newest sponsor, Parallel TCG Company. Parallel, a TCG company. Sorry I did not put those things on there the first time, guys. We're still getting used to the newer ones. But if you guys like tabletop games, if you guys like competing versus each other, whether that's with your brain, or with some really cool graphics, or maybe your thing is part of the gambling pot there, Epic Games has a beautiful beta ready and waiting for you to be able to go and experiment with all of these things at Parallel, the TCG company. They will have something for everyone. I recommend anyone going, and anyone who likes card games, anyone who likes imagination, anyone who likes really polished visuals, go and check out Parallel. We'll have the link in the description for that as well. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to put your seatbelt on. If I find out that you were riding in your car without your seatbelt, I will find you. Anyways, thank you guys so much. This has been Speedy.
And Zap, of course. Thank you so much, Speedy. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a good night. Check out Corsair. Check out Parallel. Check out alexslemonade.org. Catch y'all later. Peace.
Big deuces.